Hey, this is Sage, your humble game master here. I just wanted to hop in here and say that we had some technical issues during the recording of this session, which led us to have to record it over the course of 2 weekends. In addition, there is some audio issues in the back half that unfortunately make it to where you can only hear my voice for about a half an hour or so, which is unfortunate because this is a really good session, the best session we've done so far, and one of my favorite sessions that I've ever done, period. A lot of good role play and a lot of building up stuff that's going to come into play later. So, this really is going to be a linchpin episode for the series, and I hope you stick around, stick through the muddiness of it, and enjoy what we have to offer. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I hope you enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Extinction Curse presented by Guildhouse of the Multiverse. I am joined tonight, as always, by our lovely Pathfinders. First up, we got Stormy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Stormy, and I'm playing the gnomish lawyer slash alchemist Wigglewort Tickertock.
And then we have LoreDad.
Hello, I'm LoreDad. I'll be playing Finn, your skeleton gunslinger for the evening.
Next up, we have Dark.
Hey, I'm DarkCoder. I'll be playing Mallisk, the elf monk.
Who's that? Blue.
Hi, I'm Bluesglitchy. I'll be playing Mazula, your Fetchling bard.
And last but not least, joining us tonight for the first time, her first game ever, is the lovely and very talented BBandPhil. Welcome in, BBandPhil. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you're playing.
Hey, I'm BBandPhil, and I have a new character. Her name is Gefn, and she is a wandering druid.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wandering druids. We love wandering druids. There we go. I have fixed the problem. Okay. Tonight, being as we have a brand new player here, we're gonna go ahead and start off and get her rolling in. We're gonna start off from her perspective tonight, and we start off fairly early in the morning. The date is Moon Day, 4th of Rova, 4723 AR. On this morning, into the town of Aberton wanders a fox. This fox has traveled far and wide to reach this place. They've been following the scent of something wrong with the Starstone Isles. Something isn't right with the nature here. They've been following clues and reports of nature just sort of not working right in this area. So we've come to this area to check it out, being a lover and a friend to nature, and their investigations have led them to the town of Aberton, seeming to be either a source or at least a good place to get the next lead. Like I said, wandering early in the morning, shortly after sunrise, and the first thing they come across is an orchard, long abandoned. It was once well kept, but long abandoned. The fox comes across the body of a boar, slain. But upon further investigation, they find that prior to death, this boar was sick, magicked into a cursed state of rage. This was a mercy killing, and the fox they caught a scent from there, moved through town and followed this. Seemed to be four different people, following the scent of this party across town. Eventually, coming upon a bar where it seems like they got into some sort of fight shortly before they found them. Picking up on the trail again, they come upon a church. Finding the bodies of several foul creatures as it moved across the churchyard. Following the scent, they're close now. They can sense that it is in the church. These people that they are following. Oh no, this you're supposed to look like. Hold on. Dog, you. Hello.
I'm back now.
Oh, welcome. Okay. So this fox creature moves around the side of the church. In tow is a small black bird, a raven. And it peers in, and what it sees. BB, I want you to make your first roll.
Okay.
I want you to. So on your character sheet, there is a banner on the left side. You'll see on about middle of that banner, there's a thing that says perception. I want you to click that dice on where it says perception,
Okay.
and it'll bring up a small window. And you
Okay.
just go ahead and click roll.
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, and it was a nat 20.
Oh my goodness!
Worst
First
roll
roll was a nat
ever.
20. She's
Ladies and
legendary.
gentlemen,
Oh shit!
ladies and gentlemen,
Applause.
it happened.
Applause.
It happened. We have a natural 20 for BB's first roll. Amazing. Astounding. I am stunned.
That is epic.
Okay.
I get to eat this banana chip for that.
So what you see everything going on in this room. You see this foul-looking creature standing in front of the pulpit, talking to this gnome. The gnome has just walked up and said something like Nemia is what was it you said, Stormy?
Say that again.
What was it you said?
To this guy over here.
Yeah. You walked in, you walked right up and said something. Something like Nemia needs you or something like that. Basically the gnome is making it seem like they were.
Oh yeah, Nemia requests your presence. You need to drop what you're doing or stop playing with this fool and get over there.
Yeah. So it seems to you that what the gnome wants this demon to think is that they work for the same person. But with your natural 20, you immediately see through that and realize this gnome is lying to this creature. You also see everybody else in this room. I don't know if you can see them, BB, but you should be able to
I
see.
cannot.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and put you in
I
here.
see Mallisk, and it's like kind of weird. Like I see like partly the rest is like black.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to look, because that's all you can
Okay.
see as your character.
Okay.
So with your combination of excellent dark vision and your amazing nose, your wolf form, determines that this gnome is lying to this demon to try to get it to. You're not entirely sure what its goals are. You just walked in, but you also see crouched in shadows here these other figures: an elf to the north here, a pale-looking human woman behind the pulpit, and what appears to be a skeleton. Also, there's a little
Okay.
dragon.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and drop you into initiative. With your amazing initiative, or with your amazing perception roll, they have not noticed you because everyone was so distracted by
We were stunned
Wigglewort,
by Stormy.
by Wigglewort that nobody even knows you're here. But you rock up, and give me roll a stealth. So how you're gonna do this, BB, is go over to your proficiencies, the little hand symbol on your character sheet.
Okay.
And you'll see where it says stealth. Click the dice there, and then click roll again.
And then you say, "Go dice roll."
You can say that if you'd like.
You don't have to.
I wish you would not, but
Okay, it's loading, I think. I'm
Oh.
clicking the dice, but I don't see anything happening.
Did it go behind your character sheet?
Oh,
Just has a
I
game
didn't
pause.
hear it roll either.
no.
Okay.
It's like when I put the cursor on, the dice is like moving like it
Yeah,
it
you
can be
click it.
clicked.
It didn't bring up a window.
Uh-uh.
That'll be good.
Double click on your picture, your portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh.
might help. I do that a lot.
Oh, I can see in here now.
Hello, the baby.
Okay, let me exit out of this and get back into it. Sorry.
Just ask for a stealth check. That's all I wanted.
There it
I
goes.
tried to put it on the bed.
That's all I
Sorry.
wanted.
Hey,
It's right there.
you want me to roll?
Yes, please.
Here we go.
Oh my
Damn!
god!
Whoa.
Oh my god! Bow down. Yeah.
So that means the rest of us can roll like shit, right?
Yeah, I
You know
know.
it.
No, she's paving the way for us all to be rolling great tonight. I feel it.
Bring those
I
good
just
vibes.
realized you probably this armor is making you roll lower than you should.
Her
What?
roll. She's
Yeah.
rolling lower.
And I didn't realize
Yeah,
I had
you're
a,
a druid.
I didn't realize I had a check penalty. Well, it came in the druid kit, so I thought it'd be okay
Really?
for her to wear. But
Didn't that happen to you and your stuff too? I think
yeah,
that
it's
happened to
medium
Stormy as
armor.
well.
That's weird. We'll have to throw some light armor on there. I'm gonna take that off for now. Get out of here.
If she starts rolling like shit, put it back on.
Okay, it's light armor.
I was about to say. Ah.
Okay.
That's not gonna happen. BB's gonna do great. She got that
Well,
good
we can only
energy.
hope.
This was a GM error. Let me fix it real quick. Okay. Should be better now. All right. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do one more roll for you. That was just to start off to
Okay.
see if anybody noticed you as you entered combat. This time we're going to do initiative. So on that banner that I mentioned, right below perception is one called initiative. And
Okay.
generally you can pick whatever you'd like to roll, but your perception is +10, and that is the best one. I think that's one of the highest anybody can roll at right now for anything.
Okay.
So you're going to want to click the little dice.
Okay.
And then click roll.
We're rolling.
Okay, so that puts you right up behind Mallisk. So this was going to be a combat encounter, obviously. Not anymore. Not as of right now. It can become a combat encounter if you guys, or if things are not done well. So right now I have two pools that I've created for this encounter. One pool is Demon Leaves, and the other pool is Demon Attacks. If you fill up the Demon Leaves pool with good checks, rolls, arguments, or whatever you do to do that, then the demon will leave. And obviously, if you fail those, then I'll fill up the Demon Attacks pool. If the demon attacks, obviously, combat will begin. Any questions?
Do the previous two rolls count?
No.
Damn.
That was
One
just to
could've
get BB in the scene and try to get her established where she is, and turns out she's a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
She is an all-seeing ghost.
Yeah, BB.
Got that stealth.
Okay, so first up is Mallisk. So it's going to work very similarly to a combat encounter, but your goal is not to do damage. Your goal is to try to fill up the demon leaves pool without filling up the demon attacks pool.
All right.
And to refresh everyone's memory, right now, he thinks that Wigglewort and him work for the same boss, or that Wigglewort works for someone who he views as equal.
We are at least in the same organization.
You guys are in the same organization, but he doesn't feel like you have any authority over because
has
you
no
specifically
authority.
said Nemia told him to leave, and Nemia has no authority over him.
Oh
According
yeah,
to
what
he
was
said.
that? What was
wrote it
that other
down.
guy's name that we
Oh
learned last
yes,
session?
let me
I've
pull
got
it
it
up
written
because I
down.
got it wrong last time. I think. Let me double check.
Oh no.
Uh,
Where's my pen? There's my pen. Let's see.
Gav
Lester, check.
Gavnikosh, or no,
Yeah,
Kavnikosh.
Kavnikov.
Kavnikosh. Cavnakash. And baby, you also hear that because you're currently hidden in the shadows. I just realized I need to update your token name.
Can you spell that one more time if you would, kind sir?
No.
Okay.
Wasn't it Kavnah?
Close.
No,
Could I
It's closer than what I had, so
It is
Kavnakash.
CAV.
V.
CAVANAAH. Close enough.
Is that
Okay.
the name of the demon or the
CAVNAK.
kobold? No, is that the name of the demon?
What? No, this is the name of
Oh.
the guy the demon says he works for.
Oh, okay.
CAVNAK.
CAVNAKASH. Kavnakash.
Kavnikosh. Yeah, I had it as Gavnikosh.
Yeah, I think I might have said Gavnikosh last time because the font kind of makes one of the main font for his entry in the book makes him look kind of like, oh goodness, what happened? Okay, we made it back from that void that we were sucked into for a week, thanks to BB. We are back, coming to you live. This is, of course, the Guildhall of the Multiverse. Thank you so much, everybody. We're just going to go ahead and jump right back into it today and try to make up for some lost time here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull everyone back into the church. Okay. And we were just about to start this combat. Well, combat, social encounter at this point. Encounter is a better term. Oh, we already have started. So, Mallisk, you're up first. Throwing you into the deep end here.
Oh gosh.
You can delay your turn if you want. You can see what it might take to open this door that you're in front of.
Yeah, let me jiggle the handle.
Okay. Give me a perception investigation check as perception check first. Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you look at it, and first of all, there is a huge stone vase blocking it, so you're gonna have to get that out of the way. It looks fairly heavy, but you think it would roll, but that would make a lot of noise and draw attention to you. Secondly, you're looking at it, and there's not a handle. It seems like there's like a series of like gears and stuff on there. You looking at it, it's a very sturdy like iron door. It's a vault door. So you're not entirely sure what the combination for the door might be or how to open it from looking at it. I know you got a natural 20, but there's like
Yeah.
yeah,
Still limits to my knowledge.
yeah. Like you understand that there is a certain way you're supposed to turn the gears in order to open the door. You do not know what that combination might be.
All right.
So that was your
I think
first
we're
action.
gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to delay the looking at that door until this is over. So I'm just gonna stay in a. I guess yeah. I'm just gonna
You
stand
wanna-
here in my turn.
Do you want to maybe ready an action for something in case shit pops off?
Let's see.
Spend 2 actions to ready a reaction to do something.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, what are you gonna ready?
My fists.
Okay, so to ready an action, I need an if-then statement. If this happens, then I blank.
Yeah. So if someone gets close to me, I'm gonna go ahead and whop them with my
Okay.
fist.
I figured I just wanted to make sure we were clear. Okay.
Yeah.
So next up is our newest person. Let's cross our fingers, folks. Get Gefn? What did I spell it wrong?
No,
feel
you're
like-
right, Gefn.
Oh, I spelled the name wrong on the token. That's what it is. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Like that doesn't look right.
My screen is like the map for me is black, by the way, like all black.
Try
Click your
refreshing.
token.
Or yeah, do that first.
Can you see your token
No, I can't even see my token.
over here?
Can't see her either.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't either.
yeah, that's because she's supposed to be hidden from you guys. That's why.
Oh,
Oh,
you
I
see
see
it
it.
now?
I see
Okay.
something now. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm zooming in. We're good. I see
That's
myself. Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, this is the scene you see. Nobody has noticed you yet. You did a pretty good stealth check. So when you're stealthing, you can move up to half your speed as an action.
Okay.
Your stealth check was good for your initiative, so good for your initiative that you wouldn't have to make one for the first round.
Okay.
So you can. I realize I'm sort of throwing you in here with no real idea of what you're doing, but do you have any
That's
idea
okay.
of what you'd like to do at this point?
Mm,
Or would you like to wait and see how it plays out?
yeah. Let me wait and see how it plays out. I
Okay.
think.
This is what's called delaying your action, and
Okay.
basically you're saying, I don't want to take my initiative order now. I'll take it, and every turn, after everybody's action, I'm going to try to come back and ask you if you want to act now. If it gets back around to your turn, then of course to your organic turn, then of course I'll let you know. You can let me know if you want to delay again or not. But if after somebody's action after somebody's turn, you say you want to go, then your initiative order will move down to after them. So right now you're second from last, but if you wanted to delay your turn, it'll move you down the initiative until you decide to go. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
Not really. I'll just
Okay.
do my best.
All right, next up,
It's easier.
Wigglewort.
Yeah.
So where we left off with this conversation is he's basically like, basically states that I can't leave. I've got a job to do here. Nemia isn't my boss. You have no authority over me either. That's the situation as it stands now. Like I said, there's two different pools. One pool, if it fills up, he attacks on a certain amount of points, and the other pool, if it fills up, he will leave. So be wary of that, and tell me what you're gonna do, Wigglewort.
Okay. I shrug and say, I suppose I will report and tell Lord Kabnakosh that you were unwilling to do as instructed.
That feels like an intimidation check to me.
All right, intimidation it is.
Oh no. Okay. He squints his eyes and looks at you and says, Kavnagash has been too busy lately to care about this particular section of the Starstone Isles. You want to tell me exactly where you are going to make your reports?
That is not for you to know. You will simply be excommunicado.
Very well. Okay. So I believe let me double check something here. Yeah, so you still technically have 2 actions left.
Okay, I
And we're gonna
fish
treat
the bottle of alchems.
we're gonna treat the any social checks with a similar thing as multi attack penalties. So using the same skill check over and over again will result in lower results. But you could try another one, switch up your tactics.
Bollocks. There's not really anything else appropriate here.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna eat the penalty and continue to roll with intimidation. I fish the bottle of alchemist fire out of my pocket and kind of give it a little twirl in my hand and give him a nice glaring glinty glare.
Okay. So that would be one object interaction, and then go ahead and give me an intimidation, and we'll call it -5.
I can do that -5. Yep, that's not going to do it. Sorry, not rolling hot tonight.
You dare walk into my place, my territory, and threaten me, little man? Who are you? What is your name?
BB's laugh is killing me. I love it.
I'm having fun.
I am known simply as the servant.
Well, you look pretty replaceable. Perhaps I'll see if your blood will suffice for the ritual, since I'm not getting in that door anytime soon. So yeah, that's your turn, Wigglewort. Finn, so you're on this side of the church. It's not your turn yet, but you can hear coming from this door over here, the sound of like bottles breaking, things being overturned, and you realize that there's something in that room. But now it is the demon's turn. And he's going to... He reaches into his cloak and pulls out a little cloak, a little scroll, unrolls it, and activates it.
Uh-oh.
And the scroll burns up, and the smoke sort of congeals above his head and forms and condenses into the shape of a creature. And a small... you guys fought one of these as you came in. You guys would the party, the four of you would recognize this as a Quasit. You guys fought one on your way into the church. And he looks at it and says, "Go tell the twins outside to see what it is this Nemia wants and report back to me. I'm sure they found fresh their fill in the graveyards by now." And the Quasit goes, it looks like he's gonna head for the door and go out and check on what you guys could probably assume to be the people that you just killed.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was assuming. I was like, well, they're dead.
Next is this guy's turn. He says,
The priest.
No. This was you're not sure what this guy's deal is. When you guys rocked up, he was trying to get. He thought the way he was talking made it seem like he thought that this thing was the priest, and he was trying to get into his what you assume might be his like safety deposit box or whatever, because he had stored some money in there and he was needing it out. But the demon was telling him, we can't get in there. So he's like, "No, hold on, just a minute. What is all this talk of sacrifice? I don't understand. Listen. I just need to get in there and get my gold. Listen, a small fleshy one. A servant, I believe it was. You are a servant, yes. Well, I am a man of certain means. If you could talk this priestly thing into letting me in, I would be very grateful."
But of course, kind sir.
And he just seems
Soon he will be no more trouble.
He just seems completely oblivious to like the danger of the situation. Mazula,
Yes.
what you gonna do?
I was going to get the spell going that starts helping everybody with their.
You want to prepare a spell? Just warn you, if you prepare a spell and it has the with a verbal trait, then it could draw attention to you.
Oh, that's right. Ooh. Let me see. Hold on.
You're a bard. Almost everything you're
Yeah.
going to be verbal.
Yeah.
Bard cantrip composition. Okay. I'm going to.
Oh,
I
BB,
am
did you
going.
want to go at any point? I'm sorry, I forgot. I completely forgot to ask you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you want to go yet? Is there anything that you wanted to do?
No, I'll wait after her turn.
Okay. Mazula, sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. Okay, yeah, I was double checking to make sure all my my stuff's pretty locked down to speaking. I'm going to ready my.
Cell tracks. Thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you. Let's see. I'm going to ready my sickle for if somebody attacks Wigglewort, I'm going to jump on top of this thingy right here, the little mantle I'm in front of, and pounce upon them.
Okay. So you could ready an action to move, or you could ready an action to attack.
Oh.
You
I guess
can't
I would have to.
ready to unfortunately.
Damn. Okay, if he moves to attack Wigglewort, I want to jump on top of there so he knows that he is surrounded. Definitely.
Ready an action to command him to stop.
Ooh, I could do that.
Hey, there you go.
I do have command. I forget about this. Yes, that is what I will do.
Okay.
That will help everything. I will already. Yes.
So what I'm going to do is a stealth check in order to ready this without being noticed.
Okay, stealth check. So
Which you're pretty good at stealth.
So stealth. Just click there. No. Oh, go here.
Hey.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So that is Mazula. And you wanted to go now, BB?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Can I prepare a spell?
Yeah, you'll have to do the same thing as that
Okay.
she just did. You'll have to tell me what you're readying and tell me what's going to trigger that readied action, and also make a stealth check to see if you can do it without being noticed.
I want to. Well, actually, I don't know if I can use this spell. I'll
What is-
try anyway. The Tingle Vine. I was wanting to entrap the demon so he stays stuck.
Yeah,
Like
that's
doubly stuck.
what's we got here? Range 30 feet, so that means you can cast it at anywhere within 30 feet of you. Targets one creature. They'll have to make a check against it. If they succeed, it'll lower their speed. If they critically succeed, or wait. Oh no, you make a spell attack roll. I'm sorry. Which
Okay.
means if you critically succeed, they'll be immobilized. If you succeed, they'll lose some speed. But
Okay.
that's still helpful. But it'll also throw them off guard, I believe.
Okay.
No, it won't, unfortunately.
Oh.
Okay, so you're gonna ready that. Give me a stealth check. You remember how to do that?
Where's it at on my sheet?
Hit the little
I
hand
don't-
symbol.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I see it. What do you want to do right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because wait, hold on.
Roll.
Let me double check.
Okay.
I forgot it has to have let's see here. Okay, so that doesn't have the auditory trait, so you don't have to make the stealth check. You can cast it
Okay.
silently. Yeah, there's when you're casting spells, there are what we call components to spells. Verbal or auditory in Pathfinder 2e means that you have to say something or make some sort of sound to do it. Somatic
Right.
means it requires some sort of hand gesture, like the Magicians or something. If you've ever seen that show, and then material means it requires some sort of object or something for you to do. That spell does not seem to have any of those. It just it has the manipulate trait, which means you have to use your hands to do it.
Okay.
So yeah, you go ahead and prepare that. If the demon goes to attack, you can set that off.
Okay.
Okay. But now it is this thing's turn. As it moves forward, It is going to. Its perception is not super great, but we're still going to roll it. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
So here's the thing. It didn't organically beat your stealth score, Gefn. But when you roll a natural 20, it bumps the stage of success up. So there's 4 different stages of success. There's critical failure, success, and critical success.
Okay.
If you roll a natural 20, it bumps it up 1 level. It failed, but since it rolled a natural 20, it bumps it up to a success. So as it's moving towards the door, it spots you, and you're still in your fox form. Just to clarify.
Okay.
Which is your natural form. I did some reading. I didn't realize that fox form is your natural form. Your human form is the illusion.
Oh, okay.
And also,
That's
you
cool.
don't have a hybrid form yet. Hybrid form is a feat that you can unlock at level 5.
Okay, cool.
And I apologize for my mistake there.
No, you're fine.
So as it looks down, it says, "Boss." Oh wait, hold on. As it looks down, it sees a little fox in front of the door, and then it looks back, and there's a moment of silence, and the demon's face changes. It says, "What is that creature back there?" And points her out to you, Wigglewort. "Is she with you? Is it with you?" But
Indeed.
as far as the closet is concerned, this is just a normal fox, and it's still going to follow its orders, unless anyone tries to stop it. Which
It's not gonna find
nobody
much.
can.
The fox is with me.
And just to clarify, the closet relayed information without saying anything.
I thought so.
Yep. It's about to go down.
Finn,
Sneaky.
it is now your turn. Like I said, you heard some noise coming from this room back here. This is
Right.
this is not the same kind of door as the other one. This is just sort of a normal looking door. Handle it.
Okay. I can't remember. Did I make a recall knowledge check on this guy?
Yes, you discovered that you are. Yes, I think you failed, but I think Mazula succeeded, if I remember correctly, just barely. I
Okay.
think she rolled a successful religion check to identify it. All you guys really
Somebody
know is
did.
that it's called an Abricandilu. Abricandilu? Abricandilu? I don't know. And that it, may have some spell casting abilities, which you've already seen. It likes to destroy shit, is what I believe you guys determined. So yeah.
Okay.
The world's worst spell.
Well, with that in mind, I'm going to stealth my way over to this door. Maybe.
Oh, I still have the game paused. I apologize. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So you half movement and give me a stealth check as you move.
Killing me.
Okay.
All right, and try and open the door.
I'm sorry.
Did you say you're gonna open the door?
I was wondering, do I try and open the door, or do I keep an action ready to shoot this guy? He's about to go off anyway.
Ooh.
That's a good question.
He said he heard broken bottles in there. I think it's like
Yeah, basically
yeah.
just the
Breaking
sound of
shit.
general rummaging. It seems like.
Oh, general rummaging.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, like somebody going through shit.
Without much
Okay.
care
Well,
to what they were going through.
I'd stay focused on this guy. I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand here in front of the door, block it, ready to intercept that. But right now, I'm ready in action to open fire on this guy,
Okay.
Yeah.
and I'm going to refresh again because it's
All right, go ahead. Next, you hear something from the back of the church. A
Like a dying, moaning kind
yeah,
of
kind of
sound,
like a
like
dying, moaning.
unsickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
like like somebody
Someone's wounded.
somebody's trying to get your
Yeah.
attention on the other side of this vault door. But now we're back to
I'm dying in
Mallisk.
here.
So your ready to action ends. It seems like things are heating up, and that at any second shit might go down. So
He
Yeah,
is wounded one, everybody, too.
he's
Yeah,
wounded
that's true
one and
too. I
added at about half health.
got excuse me. Let's see. I'm gonna be ready in action. If that demon, if something starts happening,
Mhm.
I'm gonna run up and hit this square right here.
Okay, so you're gonna ready in action to move into combat.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And that leaves you with one extra action if you want to do something.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Wigglewort. You get the
Oh,
feeling that things are
God.
quickly slipping out of your control, and that if you don't do something soon, then well, things could end up getting
got this.
terrible for you. You get the sense that he's starting to doubt you.
Be dramatic. You know this room more than he does right now.
So he said something to me about the fox, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he said,
asked
"Is
if she was
the
with you.
fox with you?" And I
You said
think
yes.
you said something, but we got if that's going to be like if you're going to do that, then we're going to need a deception check to on that. Or you could not. You could not give it to say you don't know this fox.
Hmm. Okay. So I glance back at the fox and
It's
say,
just BB, describe the fox. We haven't described the fox yet.
The fox is a grayish white, kind of, small, petite, pointy ears, pointy long ears, and kind of sniffing around, but sitting there, just kind of taking things in.
okay, well, a demon wouldn't take notice of just a generalized, like your everyday animal. So I'm going to go on the enemy of my enemy is my friend and say, yeah, the fox is with me. She's with all of us.
Ooh, yes.
So I'm out of time.
Oh.
I'm out of time to play with you, and I have other things to do now. I understand. I'm on my way.
Okay, give me a deception.
Oh, dice don't fail me now.
Oh,
Oh!
God. Okay.
Yeah.
High rollers.
Okay, so you say this, and he sort of takes takes a bit of a step back and says, "Listen, things have been real hard around here lately. I've been here for a week trying to get into that door. I may be a little punchy, but there's no reason for this to turn hostile. What does Nemia want? Did she tell you? Does it seem urgent? We haven't had a report from her in a few days, so
Every order from our master is urgent.
wait. I thought you were an order from Nemia.
I am simply a messenger. Nemia needs your assistance, and you were to report to her at once. These are orders directly from our master.
So you bumped up the demon moves. Demon leaves a little bit, but it's still not enough to make him leave yet. And the demon attacks is still a little bit higher. But he seems like he's stayed his bloodlust for the moment. As he says, "Listen, I understand, but like, my original order from Kavnakash was to desanctify this church. You get that? And if that doesn't get taken care of, then it's my head, and likely also possibly Nemia's head, given the fact that she fucked this job up once already. So I'm here to get that taken care of. I can't leave at the moment, especially being that it look out there. It's the middle of almost the end of the day.
I see what the problem is now. You're simply worried about not fulfilling your prior orders from our master.
Exactly.
In that case, allow me to put your mind at ease. I will place one of my men to see the deed done. I raise my hand and I snap my fingers and I look at Mallisk.
And he turns and looks and says, says, "Very clever, very well." Well, no, hold on, I'm not quite there yet. That was a good argument. Give me
Damn it.
go ahead and give me a persuasion, and I'll give you a +2 on it.
Persuasion, where's that at?
I don't see it.
Is it not persuasion? It's diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
There we go.
Diplomacy. Sorry.
+2.
5e brain
plus-
still seeps in every once in a while.
Right.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, it's meant to happen.
Okay. So okay, yeah, you filled up the demon leaves pool. I'll give you that one right away. He's like, fine,
He
fine.
filled up the demon
fine.
leaves pool.
But there's another problem,
I was
and we'll
gonna
get
say
to that
we
in
got
a
one
second.
little thing we forgot about.
Says, very well, and he pulls the hood over his head, and moves past you. And he's like, you deal with this thing, as he waves to the this thing, the little dragon man. Sorry. And so that's your turn. Now it is his turn, so he's going to make one move action towards the door. Gefn is in the way, but she is a small creature right now, so he can just sort of move past her, and he moves out of the door. But as soon as he gets past the door, he stops, turns around real slow, his eyebrows furrow, and says, "I just received an interesting report from my Quasit.
Better get ahead of it.
What do you know
Would
about
it be about the 2 dead things outside? Quite brainless. You should really think about finding smarter servants. They tried to prevent me from achieving my mission, which was to get to you.
They are pretty dumb. I'll give you that. Well, it's your job to clean up the mess." And then
Fine.
and then he's fucking gone. Okay, like he's done. Like for now.
Stormy did it!
For now, the encounter is over. You won. I can't think of a way to bring it back to a combat encounter with those rolls and those arguments. So the encounter is done. Kind of.
And with that, Wigglewort just waits to make sure he's gone and then sits down on a bench.
And as you sit down,
Pew.
the final gasps of day goes by as the sun slips behind the hills, and it is now officially night.
Uh-oh. Don't water your gremlin.
Finn, I will say that you still hear this rustling and rummaging coming from that door back there.
Right. I'll signal Mazula and Wigglewort and put something in here.
Okay. So real quick, we're going to switch over to our new person here, Gefn. What do you think about what's going on? What are you going to do now that this seeming threat is gone?
Well, I'm still like a little sus about the gnome, and I kind of
Mhm.
want to get him to talk more.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Because
What?
he was getting
He was
away
working
with.
with that demon.
Yeah, yeah.
You knew he was lying though. You realized from like the get go that the gnome was lying.
Yeah, I know he was lying, but
You don't
does he
know
have
why.
like some?
Yeah.
Mhm. And maybe he knows like what's going on in the next room. He seems to be familiar with the place, but I don't know.
He'd be
Okay.
straight
So
up
what do you
sus.
do?
Mm, can I intimidate him to get him to talk? Can I
Little
say like,
so
"Hey,
so right now you're a fox and you can't really talk
oh,
in
I
your
can't
fox
talk."
form.
Oh yeah,
So you would have to shift into your person form.
but I can't do that yet.
I mean, there's no reason you couldn't. I'm just telling you that that's what you'd have to do.
I kind of like staying in my fox form. Maybe
Mhm.
I'll just let him go and
Okay.
go with everyone into the next room and
Does anyone
just
else
I'll
wish to interact with this fox before you? Okay, so Finn called Mazula and Wigglewort and the rest of the team over. There's still this fox sitting over on the other side of the room. There's this dragon man in the center going, "Hello, yes, I need to
I
get
need
into
my
my
gold."
vault. Please, somebody open the vault. I will give you a little bit of my gold. Give you a little bit of my gold and wait, hold on." And he walks up to Mazula. I recognize
No.
you.
Uh-oh.
No.
And he slowly reaches into his pack, staring at you,
Oh dear Jesus.
opens it up, pulls out a rolled up sheet of paper,
Oh
I
God.
don't like this.
unfurls it, and you see a poster with Mazula on it saying, advertising the Circus of Wayward Wonders. "Oh, yes, it is you from the circus. I was there the other day. Amazing show.
Oh, why, yes, darling. Thank you for being
You
there.
are
We
you
love having us. Yes.
you are traveling circus. You travel everywhere. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is a perfect answer to my problem."
Oh, you have a problem, darling?
Yes, well, a little,
Other than your vault problem?
well, that, yes, that's sort of part of the problem, but separate from it, but also may help with the problem. Essentially, I'm having an issue with real estate, and you guys seem busy, but I would love to take just a few moments to talk about a little business proposition with you and with the leader of your church to see if we can work something out. I'm something of a merchant, a traveling merchant. You're traveling performers. We're
Oh
travelers. We
yes,
should
we
stick
do.
together.
We do love to perform. And why you're in luck. We do have our lawyer here.
You're oh. So the
See,
man.
I'm just the beauty behind all this, darling.
So
This is the
The brains are
time.
there.
the circus also works for the demon priests. What?
Wigglewort.
Okay. So Finn, just switching over to Finn real quick because I'm going to say that happened like he pulled you to the side before you could like get over to Finn. So Wigglewort,
Okay.
Wigglewort and Mallisk go over there. Finn, and
Oh
you
dear.
sort of relay that there's something on the other side of this door.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh well, yes, darling. Do I happen to have a card or something?
I mean,
We don't have a card.
it's
We
public
travel.
knowledge where
Yeah,
your circus
he's
is
got the
currently set
flyer.
up.
Okay.
It's I mean
Well,
you could
darling.
literally look outside and see your tent from where you are. Like
Well,
it's not that far.
darling, I will say we are a bit preoccupied with the current situation we are under, and I am not under any obligation to relay who or where or when we are working for anyone if we are. But if you could
Listen,
please.
I understand it's busy. You're a busy, you're a busy woman. I did not mean to intrude. Can I
Yeah.
get your autograph, actually? And,
Oh, well, darling, I always have
and he
time for an
produces a
autograph. Do you have
quill.
a pen?
Yes.
Oh, there. Yes, yes. Sign the autograph.
Excellent, excellent. I will tell your manager that I will drop by drop by your circus grounds just
Yes,
after
just go
dawn, and
talk
we
to
can
the
discuss
professor.
business. The professor.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, also, I guess I'll just hang out because I do.
Hey,
still
short
need to-
stuff.
What?
Feck off. Go.
You yell that, and
But
suddenly
yes,
the
we
rummaging
must be
noise
getting back.
stops.
Thank you,
Uh oh.
darling.
You've alerted the person next door.
Yeah, you
Oh, God.
yell that out to the dragon, and suddenly the noise stops. Meanwhile,
Short tempered.
just
All right.
in the background of that whole conversation, Finn and Mallisk were like arguing, and he's like trying to get Mazula's attention over here to the door. Like, there's an issue behind this door we need to deal with. And suddenly Finn loses his fucking cool. He's like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then there's suddenly a silence.
I love it. It's perfect.
Okay.
All right. I have.
I'm coming, darling. I must be going. Goodbye, honey.
So now we're gonna drop back into initiative. Well, no, I'm gonna.
Sorry,
I'm gonna
sorry.
there. I meant
No,
to
thank you.
introduce-
It's hard to get out of those things.
So everyone roll me perception for initiatives.
Perception for initiative.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Oh my goodness.
Do I roll 2?
Yes.
Yes, darling.
Wigglewort. All right. So unsurprisingly, Gefn, you're up first. You grok that whatever's going on behind this door. This thing has noticed that there's something going on in this room that you're in. And yeah, what do you do?
Can I use my detect magic spell, or is it? Am I not close enough? Will I have to move?
There, if you'll open it up, it'll show you. If you click on the word detect magic, it'll show you. It says area 30-foot emanations. So anything within 30
Okay.
feet of you. Each of these squares is 5 feet. And if you go, you'll see all these icons on the left side of your screen. There's a little ruler icon. If you click on that and then click and drag, it'll show you distances.
Yeah, I'm
It'll
not
show you-
close enough,
yeah,
so.
you would have to move to get a little closer.
But you
Okay,
have to reaction.
I would like to move closer.
So you can move up to your speed as one action, which your land speed is 30 feet. So you can move up to 30 feet as part of one action.
And I can't go diagonally, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm trying to think of the quickest way to get over there.
The diagonals work a little weird because like I forget what the exact measurement is. But
Oh, I
like, the measurement
see.
is
I
cool.
see.
Yeah,
So how many feet did you say I can move? 35?
30 feet.
You can move 30.
Okay, I'm
One
moving
more. There you go.
30 feet.
So you're gonna want to drag your token. You can either do the arrow keys or you can drag it. You're gonna have to click on the little square if you want to drag your token, or you can use your arrow keys to move the character.
The little square next to my person on the top left?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was I?
Yeah, I see
Okay.
the fox hops up onto the pews and just sort of casually trots along them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just hanging
so
out.
Let's see here. And you want to cast detect magic, which is a 2-action spell. Again,
Okay.
if you remember, the little squares denote how many actions it takes, so that can take up the rest of your 2 actions.
Yeah,
if you want to cast that.
I see that.
So go ahead. And
Do I just hit?
Yeah, cast. And that'll throw it up in the chat for everybody to read. 30-foot emanation. You send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no more information beyond the presence or absence of magic. Yeah, there's magic back there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that's your turn. Wigglewort. You can pretty much assume that whatever is on the other side of this door knows that you guys are out here. So what are you gonna do? You can choose to hold your turn if you want.
I call out, your boss has left the building. You should probably do the same.
Okay, give me. That's not. I mean, that's true. So it's not deception. Give me diplomacy.
Watch, he's bad at that. Oh no, he's good at that.
No, he's good at fucking everything.
He's really good at that.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fucking good at everything. That's his thing. He's good at everything except stuff.
I see why you had so much fun playing Bennett now.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'll tell everyone the tale of Bennett at some point. So
When your characters become parts of your life.
the doorknob. Wait, no, it's still your turn. So you as right now you don't know what happened. You wouldn't know if that worked. If this were a normal game, I would have had you roll that secretly. But so you still have 2 actions.
Where's
left.
that?
Just bust down the door. Just bust down, be like, I'm here, bitch.
She's ready for blood.
After my own heart.
I'm going
I have
to
one.
walk up to the door, and as I'm opening it and walking through it, to say, I'm coming in. We are the cleanup crew. We are the backup. You have been repurposed.
I'll just roll that into your deception check, because that would technically be a few extra actions. But moving, opening doors in action, stepping through. You see another closet in here. It looks like it had it had like some sort of empty glass bottle in his hand, ready to throw. But it looks like whatever your deception sort of gave him pause. But now it's its turn. He says, "The master has gone."
Yes, he just left. He was called away on urgent business.
Oh, goody.
Honestly, I think he forgot you were back here.
Good. That means the rest of it is mine. And he's going to chuck the glass bottle at you. First action is he's going to chuck the glass bottle at you. I guess that would just be a improvised weapon. That's it misses, and then he's going to try to fly past you.
Uh-oh.
Nobody has an attack of opportunity, I believe. So he just does it because he can fly over your heads. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He looks up here. He's like, "Oh, let's see."
There's more out here than I thought.
He just saw the one little gnome and was like, "I got this." And he's gonna come out here, and then what is his action? Once he gets out here and sees what's going on, he's going to his form will start to bubble in shape and change as it turns into a wolf, and pads down on the floor and bares his teeth at all of you. But that's his whole turn. So to clarify, what happened was you convinced him that the master's gone, but he's too fucking stupid to realize that he might be in danger if he doesn't leave also. And he thinks he initially thought that this is his, he can take over this operation, but immediately stepped into a whole bunch of shit. So Mazula.
Well, that was awkward. All right. So doors open, Wigglewort's in there. Let's go. Wait,
Beat the shit out of the poor closet.
I thought he was leaving.
No, it's sitting there with its teeth bared at us.
Oh,
The
I get my
Wigglewort-
whip out and I snap it at it and say, "Go."
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay. I guess I should have commanded it, but I want to save that for later. I'm just gonna just like, back. Get out here. Go on, get.
Ooh, that was close. I almost rolled over on that one. That's a hit. Roll damage.
Go on, get.
And then give me an intimidation check.
You.
So that's
Not that
I'm
bad.
gonna call that off guard. You
Okay.
didn't scare him off, but you did throw him off his game. And that leaves you with one extra action.
Fuck it, I guess I could go ahead and just do it. Where is it? I'm gonna command that fucker.
How many actions is command? 2.
Oh no, I can't do it. Never mind. No. How do I undo that?
We'll just give you the spell slot back. Actually, you can't do it anyways. You already wasted that spell slot. I forgot. I may have forgot to mention. I apologize, but preparing a spell spends a spell slot. So you had readied the spell during the last combat, so you essentially used it.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
We'll be more careful with that in the future. I apologize.
Nope, it's fine. I should have said something. I completely spaced on it.
My turn.
Okay. Next is Finn.
Okay. I will move over here so it's between me and Mallisk.
Okay.
That's one action. Pull out my ever burning torch so we got some damn light in here.
Okay. So one move, one. Let's see here. Let me actually see if I can do that real quick.
Right now it counts as concealed, doesn't it?
Yeah. Which would normally I believe you'd have to roll a flat check. Okay, I'm trying to see what the range for it could be, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to call it 15 bright, 30 dark, or 30 dim. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
Okay.
It doesn't get off heat, so there's no danger of it starting a fire. It's just I want some light in here.
Oh, that's a bit too intense. Hold on.
A little bit.
Let me turn that intensity down just a little bit. Okay, now everybody can see clearly. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see clearly now.
So
I
that's
was
2
kind of
actions.
just thinking of that.
Unless does activating the torch take an action as well? I believe it does, doesn't it?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. It actually doesn't say anything about that. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. Okay, yeah, okay. So you do have one action left. I apologize.
All right. Well then, let's shoot this asshole.
Fuck him up.
Yeah.
That's a critical hit.
Okay.
Roll some critical damage. Oh my goodness. You just you run past this wolf, past Mallisk, to stand next to this fox, pull out a torch and just point your gun right at this fucking this wolf and shoot it right in the head. But it's still standing, but it looks incredibly wounded. Mallisk.
Let's see if I can put it out of its not misery, but at least unconsciousness. Let's see. So I'm gonna strike him with the fist. It's like, go home, go home.
Okay.
To the heavens.
That is is that seriously not a critical hit? Why isn't it calling it a critical hit? That's a critical hit. I don't know why I didn't say it was a critical hit, but that is a critical hit.
Alrighty, I'll hit the critical button.
Okay. And you so Malice turns and shoots it in the head, and you grab it by the neck and suplex it into the ground, and it goes slump and limp and folds back into itself, into its original now dead form. After a second, the form dissipates as it gets called back to its original plane.
It's a neat trick.
Okay. So I got some combat in this session.
There you go.
Yep.
I called it.
I had to throw something at you. That was that's
He's
a
like, "That was
trivial
not right."
encounter. But you hear like after that you hear.
We should probably go check that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should check out the guy on the vault.
Yeah, we need to get him out.
He's like almost dead. He's like Schrodinger's vault guy right now.
Well, he's very clearly alive, but
That's what
from
we
the
think.
sounds of the moans you can hear, you're
Those
not
could
sure
be
how much
falsified.
longer. So who's gonna check the door?
Malice, do you have a healing potion, or should I give you one?
I think you guys used up all your healing stuff before you came in this room.
Thought I had a bunch.
You do.
I've got some. I don't know
Mhm.
where they're at though.
But you don't
They're
know
they're on
quite
your
yet.
they're on your human form, I would say.
Oh.
Because when you turn into your human form, all your equipment like just sort of appears.
Okay.
That's so cool. Guys.
And you hear like weak tapping.
Where's the vault at in this room?
This door in the back here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it.
Save your oxygen.
Somebody's gonna do something.
I'll go open the damn door.
I can go. Sage, don't I have like extra, like when I move, can I move like a little bit more than
Yeah, everyone else
normal?
can only move like 25 feet, I believe, except for Mallisk, but that's because he's a monk.
He's a monk.
He can move
Oh,
45
okay.
feet.
Fast monk.
I'll go over to the door.
Okay. You pad over to the door in your fox form, and then what?
Okay. Can I sniff under the door and see what's going on?
Yes. Give me a perception check.
Okay. It says there's no active encounter.
You're rolling initiative. Roll perception.
It's under the little hand icon.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
perception is on the banner, but it's right above initiative. Where you see like dark vision, sense.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
It smells horrible in there. There's not really an under the door because again it's a vault door. It's very tightly sealed, or well, it should be, but your nose is fairly good, and you sort of sniff around the cracks, and it smells horrible.
Like
it smells like shit and piss.
Shit.
Yeah.
Ew.
Remember, he's been trapped in there for 7 days.
Oh, okay. Well, if I'm at my fox form, I don't think I can open a door.
Yeah, you look at this door, and you're not, like I said earlier, there's not a handle to this door. There's a series of gears that would have to be turned in the right, basically like a combination.
Oh, so it's like a puzzle?
Yeah, and you hear with your perception, you also hear 1, 3, 7.
1, 3, 9.
You get 1, and you hear a click. You hear well, you would have to change. You can't manipulate this.
Oh yeah, can I change into my human form, I guess?
Yeah, and then we're gonna switch to the rest of the party to get the reaction as this fox turns into a person. This fox walks over, sniffs at the door, goes, gives that like cat, dog, fox, like, oh fuck, oh god, and then turns into a person. And what does this person look like?
It is a woman with medium hair, but she's outfitted in like outdoor clothes, so you can't really tell at first that it's a woman, especially because she looks like kind of feral, and she's been living out like a fox amongst the wilds. So
So just to
She's not.
clarify, we are using feminine pronouns for them.
No.
Okay.
It just looks feminine.
Okay.
That's what it's presenting
I
as.
just want to make sure I'm using the right pronouns.
We can do either. It can be she, her, he, him, or they, them. It can be any of
so
those.
they don't. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure I was clear on that. I didn't want to ruffle any feathers or anything.
No. She's she, he, they. She's wants to be hidden in life, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys see this fox turn into sort of this androgynous, wild-looking person. What do you guys think of this?
Did it
What the
smell
heck?
that bad?
And
Everybody stay calm. This was at least somewhat expected.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
shooter?
my bird's with me too.
yeah,
It comes and lands on my shoulder.
yeah, I was gonna say as she does turn into her human form, a slightly odd-looking raven comes and lands on her shoulder. So you guys, these people are all like, "Oh, what the fuck?" What do you say to them? Gefn?
They're speechless.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what do I say to
Yeah.
them? Hello.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. Hello.
Since you can speak, I would like to say I appreciate your candidacy.
Candidacy?
I forget. I can't speak right now.
Candidness?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the word I'm looking for.
God
Earlier.
opens up a cloud and says, "Candidness, bro."
I knew it was one of those fucking words.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So yeah, Gefn turns into a person and starts messing with these dials. You see, there's 3 dials with numbers on them. You're maybe, I don't know how familiar with like civilized script you are, but it's clear enough that you figure it out. You turn the dials to the numbers. That
I don't think I think I already did 3 actions because I moved, I
We're not in
sniffed, and then I
combat.
changed.
We're not in combat.
Whoa. Okay.
It's much more of a free for all when we're outside of combat.
Okay. Cool.
Sound it might be booby trapped.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That's very true.
Well, you go to start turning these dials, and you turn them all into the right place, and it clicks, and the door swings open slightly, and this just wall of stench comes out.
Ugh, God, that's nasty.
And this dragon even plugs his nose. Oh, that is foul. Tell you what, if you
Hold on. You said
Well,
let us talk about how much gold you were going to give us for getting you into the vault now.
Yeah, he owes us money.
I made no deal. I made no deal with the fox. I made no deal with the fox.
Shut the door!
No, now you're making a deal with me for going in there and getting your gold for you.
He says,
No, I push him in there with his gold. Let him be with his gold forever.
Oh.
We could lock him in there.
If my
Make
gold
a
is
show
in
of
there,
checking out my gun.
if my gold is in there, then look, it should be under the name Zhuzhang. Zhuzhang. I'll give you 5 gold. Please.
Each?
5 gold.
I cannot spare 5 gold each. I'm sorry. 5 gold's
What
actually a
do
lot
you
of money.
not have in there?
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot of money.
All right.
One gold would be probably enough to keep a person fed for a month if they were eating well, and much longer if they weren't. So, 5 gold is a fairly decent chunk of change.
I don't
Mark?
know. Ask the pretty fox lady.
Gefn, I'm going to say that it smells so bad that with your enhanced nose, if you go in there, then it's going to be it.
Yeah, I can't go in.
Yeah, your
I was
eyes are
about to
already
say, don't ask the people with enhanced senses.
Also, whoever's inside the vault, they're probably pretty weak, right? If they're like been trapped in there.
Oh,
I mean,
fucking
Probably-
did they
fine.
Finn's like, I don't have a nose.
Sorry, Finn. We love you.
So Finn, you go in there
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
you for a moment think about the effects of the gases and your ever burning torch, but then you remember
Ugh.
that it doesn't burn. So
Right.
you poke your head in, and what you see is a horrible sight. One corner
Ugh.
has been obviously designated the poo poo corner,
That's smart.
and in the exact opposite corner, you see this sort of leaning against the wall. Looks like he's on his last legs. So good, the Grim Reaper. Thank you.
That's right.
Take me to Abadar. I'm coming home.
Why don't you
And
get you something to eat and
he holds out
drink,
his
buddy?
hand. He holds out his hand, and I says, "I'm ready. I'm ready. Take me."
Okay, here we go.
And you drag him out.
Yeah.
Drag him out of the stench and prop him up.
Oh,
You guys can give him
poor
I
guy.
don't know if anybody has any rations or water skins, but if you offer it to him, he'll definitely take it.
I probably have some. I kind of feel a little
I
obligated.
can just
We'll
hand
Don't
see
look
what
at
wave
we
it
me.
to
I
you.
don't need it.
Yeah.
It's like less than a gold, I think, for a ration. So
Yeah. I'll give it to.
any of you guys have been
Um,
shopping recently?
Yeah.
I have some stuff too.
He doesn't seem
Poor guy.
too wounded. Like, he doesn't look wounded. Like, you don't think like if you were to cast a cure wounds on him or whatever that it would help him at all.
No, I can
If
do that to
anybody's played
Mallisk.
Chrono Trigger, his health is full, but he's still hungry.
Yeah, I remember that.
But he's slow. He's like, "Oh, excellent. I was hoping the food would be better, but this will be fine. Heaven isn't so bad." He says,
But
"Thank you."
isn't so
He said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, Grim
far
Reaper."
from it, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
And he
What's the
slowly,
reward for that?
I reward. Oh yes, the uh. I'm afraid I'm a little short on coin. Would you take a figure of a dog and this necklace?
What?
He
What?
holds
A
out.
figure of a dog?
He sort of fishes around his robes, and pulls out a small onyx figure of a dog and a necklace. And
Yes.
and Gefn, if you're casting detect magic, both of these thrum with magic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm.
Do I need to?
No, if you have detect magic, it
The
is a
dog,
one
what
action
was the other one?
cantrip. So I'm pretty much going to assume that you're going to be casting it unless you're doing
There's a
something
dog and
else,
what else?
because
It's
that's
on a
about
necklace.
how.
Oh, it's on a necklace. Oh.
What I think.
And one thing I like to do with detect magic is sort of flavor it towards the individual. So I think maybe you smell magic on
Mhm.
this thing. You can sort of
Yeah.
smell magic. I like that. Like, you use your senses to smell it. Again, you can't tell what kind of magic it is, but if anybody wants to give me, let's see here,
Be right back.
Arcana checks, they can try to identify these. Spend a few minutes to identify these.
I can try. It won't go well though.
Wigglewort. Okay, Wigglewort. You walk up and look at these. So that is, which one are you identifying first? The necklace or the figure?
The figure.
Okay. So you recognize this is a wondrous figurine model onyx dog. Basically, it's about 1 inch carved out of onyx. You've heard of these before. Basically, you can activate it by setting it on the ground and speaking a name, causing it to transform into a guard dog, a dog that will take commands from whoever activated it. It has the minion trait. The dog will. It uses guard dog statistics, which is a negative. It's a -1 level creature, so it's fairly weak, but It might have some specialized uses that you can use. Worth 34 gold.
Ooh.
If that's your thing.
That's a pretty penny, actually.
Yeah. Magic items are always going to be worth quite a bit of money, so you have to sort of weigh whether or not you want to use them or sell them. Brooch. Okay, and the necklace. Do you want to try to identify that now?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what that is. Ooh, nope. That's
Yeah,
beyond me.
you don't quite recognize this one.
I'm not familiar with this enchantment. Somebody else want to take a look?
Can I try?
I can't do that action. Do you have Arcana? Is
Yeah.
that one of the things you're trained in? Yeah, you can roll it. You have to be trained to make investigation checks to identify things, but you can roll Arcana.
Okay. I'm rolling.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. So Wigglewort's like, that's a dog, and that is very pretty. And Gefn sort of steps up and looks at it and says,
I know
so
what that is.
where did it go? Is that it? This is a brooch of shielding. It's a gold necklace adorned with miniature images of kite shields and can be used to fasten a cloak or cape. I guess a brooch is
Ooh.
different from a necklace, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so it's a brooch. I apologize. Brooch?
Brooch, I think.
Brooch?
Yeah.
Okay, brooch.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those words that I've only ever read.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
it's basically the clasp.
Yeah, it's yeah. I now that I say it out loud, I recognize it's like the thing you would use to hold, because a cloak is basically just a blanket. Most of the time. Anyways,
Has like a pin in it.
yeah. Brooch automatically absorbs any magic missile spell targeting you. It can absorb a total of 30 individual magic missiles before it melts and becomes useless.
Can I have it?
I mean, you identified it, so I mean, other people can try to talk you into it. You can reach out and snatch it. Somebody can try to stop you if they don't want you to have it.
I'm taking it.
Okay.
I had to
Well,
smell
Gunman
that guy's
says
duty.
nothing, reaches out, picks it up, and takes it.
Thank you, sir.
Does anybody have anything to say about that?
Pull a gun on her.
Hey.
Roll intimidation.
Inter-party conflict.
I love it. Okay.
Ah!
You don't know what this is. You don't know what this is, Gefn. Guns are more common than you would traditionally expect in a fantasy setting, but they're also not everywhere. You have no idea what this is. It looks like he's
What
just
is
pointing a
that?
stick at you.
I have not seen this. I've been out in the wilds.
It's my boomstick.
Mm.
Okay,
Everybody calm down.
I'm not impressed.
Okay, so she's.
Did you not just watch me shoot that demon?
I mean,
was
you
too busy.
you rolled a nat one, bro. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I know.
She's
I'm
just,
trying to salvage it. Oh god damn it! Here we go again.
have you tried adjusting like your settings and stuff on it?
Yeah, I think I got a defective graphics card when I built this computer.
Oh no, yeah, I'm thinking might have to be replaced here pretty soon. So yeah, she reaches out, takes the thing. Finn pulls a gun on her. She doesn't care, and then Wigglewort's like, "Everybody, calm down."
I don't know.
Meanwhile, this guy's just sitting, sort of.
Is my bird still with me?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, was the gnome still there?
yeah, he's right next to you.
Did he give us our... No, not the guy, the gnome. The little dragon gnome.
Oh,
What's he doing?
he's over here retching in the corner.
Did he give us his gold yet?
His gold. Nobody went and got his gold.
I'm going to go get his gold.
Okay.
Somebody should go get his
Enjoy the
gold.
smell.
All right. Give me when you go in there, give me a perception check -10, Gefn.
Okay.
Actually, just
Do I just
roll a flat d20 because that's basically your whole. It is so overwhelmingly
She
smelly
swiped
in
the
here.
necklace, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. A flat d20. There on your
And Finn
chat
pulled out
bar.
more.
On it, there's at the bottom. There's all those dice
She swiped
dice
it. Yeah, it
pictures.
was
If you
given to
scroll
him.
over them,
Uh-huh.
one will say d20. You click it, and then you click roll.
You don't
Okay.
have
Do I have to click which? I just click that?
Yeah.
I don't have to click anything else? Okay.
Click that, and then click roll.
Oh, and then roll for perception?
No, you're just rolling a flat d20 because the smell is so bad in here that you're not going to get any
Oh, I
bonus from
see
your
it.
perception.
Okay, I'm rolling. Oh,
You walk in there and like immediately
oh man.
like it is so bad. Like you can't go you can't find anything. Your eyes immediately start watering. It's so bad, and you just can't find anything in there. I will say that you walk in there, and it looks like most of the doors for the security deposit boxes are hanging open and empty. He says,
I tell you what, Miss. How about we make a deal? You give him back the necklace that the man just gave to him, and
Also-
he will go in there, and we will give you one of the gold pieces that we get from this man.
Gefn, I would remind you to remember your anathemas. Do you remember us talking about anathema?
Yes.
One of your anathemas is like wealth. Like you're not supposed to
Oh,
obtain
great.
exorbitant wealth,
Okay.
Oh no!
or you could lose your
Okay.
powers. Like you're not supposed to.
I'll give it
well,
back. I'll give it back.
Like, I'm not saying you can't
She was
take the
just
magical object,
playing.
but if you get
Yeah.
too little, like if you get too much, like give me your gold, they might have negative effects on you.
I like the brooch, but I'm trying to
Like
think.
you're still able to use and seek out gold in so much as to get stuff done, but you can't be like greedy about stuff.
Yeah.
I'd likely go to you or Mazula anyways.
Can I give it to Malzula?
Yes, you can walk up
I'm
and
just
if you
standing
want.
here like,
It's
well,
up
I'm
to you.
flattered. Pretty fox lady.
Or
thank
if this
you.
is really going to be an issue, like I want to take a moment.
That's not going to be.
Yeah, I want to take a moment and just step out of the game real quick and check in with players. Is which one of you want this? Because if there's too many people that want this, we'll do what's called a need roll or need or greed roll. You guys basically just roll a d20 and whoever rolls the highest will get it. Who actually wants this out of character? Let me know.
I don't want it. I'll give it to whoever.
I just
Okay.
got back. What's going on?
Who wants this necklace? I'm asking
The
out
brooch.
of character. Who wants this for the character? The brooch.
It's a golden
sorry.
brooch with protection powers.
Yeah, it can block some magic missiles.
Definitely
Ooh.
Wigglewort. He'd benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I
talk
mean,
to
anybody
him.
would benefit from it.
Yeah, anybody
Well,
would. This is one of those magic items that anybody can benefit from. Like,
Oh, so because of the undead thing?
I was personally going to try and take the magic dog if nobody else wanted it.
I don't want the dog.
I've gotten a lot of things. I'm okay with sharing.
I
so.
find myself very limited on combat utility. So
Yeah, that's a good point. No,
anything would
yeah,
help.
you take the dog.
okay, Wigglewort wants to take the dog.
And I'll be honest, Mallisk kind of gets up into shit a lot, so he kind of like right now he was hurt just a second ago.
Mhm.
Like when
One of our melee fighters should be the one wearing the brooch
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
magic missile
Okay.
shielding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a lot of ranged stuff, so I don't think I really need it.
Okay, so
Same
we'll
on
we'll
my
just we'll just sort of take this as sort of a in character. You guys are negotiating this, like Gefn. You're like, your experience with civilization maybe have taught you that there's supposed to be a transaction in most situations. You did something for them, so
Yes.
you felt like you were supposed to get something back. But once you got it, maybe you're like, I don't necessarily want this. And these guys did kind of do a little bit more work in this situation, initially.
I was
than you
testing
did.
out the waters, seeing who
Mhm.
was who and what was what.
Mm-hmm. So I would say you hand it over to Wigglewort just because he's closest to you, and then Wigglewort immediately hands it to Mallisk.
There you
it's
go.
on.
I look surprised and it's like, okay. Pretty.
Okay.
But they say thank you.
Yes, thank you, pretty fox woman, lady,
You're welcome.
thing, beautifulness.
You're welcome.
Lovely.
You're welcome. Even though my character's kind of, you know,
Standoffish.
feral. No, I don't think she's pretty. She's just a
You've
little
just
bit.
been out in the woods for a while, man.
Yeah, just been out in nature.
I mean,
Fine.
some
Fine.
people find that
It's fine.
attractive. I don't
Mm.
mind a little dirt.
Right? What's wrong with some dirt?
I have leaves in my hair.
Oh,
Finn, are
girl.
you going to check on the
Stop
gold?
talking dirty.
Yeah, I'm looking for what was that? Zujan?
Yeah, Zuzong. Yeah, give me a perception check.
I think we should give Finn some of the gold. Like majority of the gold. He's going in there to
except
get
for-
it.
Okay,
I couldn't do it. I was gagging.
Oh
I
god.
know I wouldn't
that's
be
good
able to.
enough. That's good enough. Like I said, most of the safety deposit boxes are empty. You go through them and you do find one that says Zuzong. You open up the door and inside is a little lockbox. And you sort of shake it a little bit, and it does sound like there's some coin in there.
Okay. I'll bring it out and take it to him.
Okay. You hand it to him as he's wiping his mouth and trying to get some little vomit off of his cloak. He says, "Oh, thank you, Grim Reaper." He pulls out a key, unlocks it, and inside is about 10 gold.
Oh.
He looks at it and goes, "Yes, it costs to do this. Yes, okay." He pulls out 5 and hands it to you.
All right.
And he says, "I shall see you on the morrow. I need to go take a nap."
Goodbye.
And he leaves, leaving you
Alright.
and this priest and your new fox friend.
Bye. Bye.
Meanwhile, during this
You
whole
later.
interaction, we'll say this whole thing took place over the course of maybe like 30 minutes from
So
the
it's
end of the
nightfall
closet.
30.
Yes, so it is currently 4 o'clock. There it is.
And I will divvy out the gold between everybody.
Okay, so everyone gets 1 gold.
Oh, nice.
And the guy, he's starting to come to a little bit now. He's also been in that room. Gefn, you're amazed that this creature can still stand, because you could barely be in that room, but he was in there for apparently 7 days.
Wow.
It was his own stench.
Everyone loves their
That's
own
the only,
friends.
and like you get nose blind to shit after a while. That's the only thing I could think that could
There's
save
certain
that guy.
I worked at a pig factory, Blue. There's certain smells that you don't get
Ugh.
used to.
Ugh.
Human feces is something we produce, though.
There's certain smells that you don't get used to.
I mean, if he was in there 7 days, after a while, there's nothing left to poop out. So
Yeah, he's like, luckily I had managed to stash some rations. I had managed to hold some rations on me.
who locked him in there?
I locked me in there.
Good
You see that thing?
Did you see that thing?
What was he after?
I mean, I think he wanted to desanctify the church. I'm not entirely sure. He didn't exactly.
He's working with the demon?
He did want to desanctify the church, my good sir.
Look a demon.
Yes, that's what I assumed, that there wouldn't have taken much work at this point. We have not been having much turnout recently. As you saw, Mr. Green Reaper, most people have withdrawn their funds from the church and moved to greener pastures. Haven't held a proper service in well over a few months. I was considering packing up and heading out as well soon, because there's just nothing here more for me to do here. I'm not even technically a cleric. I'm just a priest. The cleric left left 6 months ago.
If you left, what would it take to make it look as if the church was desanctified, and for it to still be sanctified? What would that take?
Well, it would eventually desanctify on its own, but that might take a few months. It would be a really hard thing to fake. You would have to perform some pretty dark rituals to be able to make that happen. One of them, I believe, involves cutting off my head and spelling out the name of a few demon lords on the pulpit. I hope you avoid that one, but I'm in no condition to put up a fight, as you can see.
Well,
So
that's what we
basically,
got to
it's
do.
what-
I got my knife right
so-
here.
Grim Reaper's ready.
So basically, as long as the church is empty, nobody will know it's not really sanctified, at least for a little while,
I
right?
mean, it depends on how long you ruse with the. Well, he wouldn't know about ruse. So what happened to the demon? Did you kill it?
No, it's we convinced it to go elsewhere, at least for temporarily.
So it might come back.
I told it that we would
Almost
handle
certainly.
the desanctifying thing.
I hope you gave it somewhere to go that you know exactly what's going on there and what it is to find.
What if we use the blood from the dead wolf and fake desanctify
Well,
it to keep the
that's
demons away?
that's
That's the hard part
I mean,
about
you could definitely I could definitely, if we had a cleric, we could re-sanctify the grounds, but that's again, I'm not a cleric. I'm just a priest. I'm hoping to one
In
day
that
maybe become a cleric, but
in that case, I see but one way forward.
yes, I pack my bags and leave town.
He's like,
Yeah, he's out of here.
This
Yes, you pack your bags, leave town, and this church will be no more. In time, it will desanctify. There's no way around that.
I'm going back to Absalom. Um, he let's see here. He's gonna go back to this room back here. He sort of stands up after a few minutes and sort of wobbly walks back here. I believe there might be something in here. Hold on. Where did my notes go? There it is. Hello? Ah, here it is. So he says, yes, this is all I have left. It may be of use to you. And he holds out 3 vials of holy water, which acts a lot like an alchemical, thing.
All right.
Vial contains water blessed by a benevolent deity. You activate holy water by throwing it as a strike. It deals 1d6 spirit damage and 1d spirit splash damage, and it can only damage creatures with the unholy trait.
Oh, well, that'll be useful.
don't
Yeah.
drop it.
So who wants to take? Who wants those? Do you want to split them up? How do you want to do it?
I'll take one.
How many are there?
Well, thank you, B.
There's 3. If nobody else wants them, I guess I'll take them.
We're gonna take a quick break here. There's also a +1 crossbow that he's gonna give you. So you guys can argue over who gets that. I gotta run to the restroom quick, and my wife just got home, so I'm gonna talk to her for a moment. So quick
Yeah,
turn.
right.
Sound good?
I'd say
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
Break.
Extinction.
And we're back. Downloading world data, please wait. Downloading world data, please wait. Downloading world data, please wait. Okay. So you guys have successfully cleared the church for now. The party determined that Finn would receive the +1 crossbow. Okay. Give yourself a 150 experience. Before I forget. And all of you at 100. Oh yes. Yeah. I think let me double check what everyone else is at. I forgot. 200. Everyone was at 200 before, right? 350. Okay. Top right by your level. You see your name. Look to the left, or look to the right. You'll see level, and you'll see 0/1000. Highlight the 0 and type 350. Yeah, because everyone else already had 200 experience, and I keep everyone at the same level of experience regardless. It's less messy that way. Okay. And as he's sort of handing you this, he's taking stuff and packing slowly, methodically packing it into a suitcase. I'm trying to find the script here. Give me just a moment. I do apologize. Just to make sure, because he has some information for you. He's like, I'm exceedingly grateful for what you've done for me. I'm sorry, I didn't have any choice but to lock myself in there. I honestly wish I could do more for you. I overheard him talking about taking about a week ago. He showed up and he said something about he was taking over the situation now. But honestly, things were pretty bad beforehand. I was planning on leaving. As you may have noticed, this whole area is sort of going to pots. Nothing's grown in the fields. I'm sure you've heard. I know you guys have been in town for a little while. He looks around at this and he's like, oh, my books. Where are my books? Did you see the manual of city building and the order of numbers? Have you seen any of those books anywhere in here? You guys did a pretty thorough search of this place already. Actually, there's not much. What you've pretty much found what you found. Those I need. I can't go back to Absalom without those books. I'll be excommunicated, or worse, reprimanded. Absalom. You guys would know Absalom. Absalom is the largest city in the world. It's basically it's called the city at the center of the world by most people. Major trade hub of basically the entire world. All kinds of cultures mixed there. Wigglewort went to college there. I know in an earlier session we said he went to High Helm, I believe. But that was just a lack of an understanding of the lore on both of our parts. Absalom would be a much better fit for him, so we decided to go ahead and retcon it. It's basically major civic sense. If you guys haven't been there, you've at least heard it. And it's also right. This whole campaign, I don't know if I've gone over this in any detail yet, but this whole campaign takes place on, or up to this point has taken place on a small chain of islands called the Starstone Islands. We're on the northern island currently. Absalom is on the southern island. It's the southern island is considered is called Absalom by people who don't live there, but everyone knows that the city proper is actually sort of in at the southern point of the city, and sort of like a little bay that makes it very hard to get to. You guys can roll history if you want to know more about it, but it's not super important at this time. I listen if you happen to find those books, I'm gonna have to hold up in town for a few days. I'm in no state to travel anyways, but I am going to be vacating the church tonight. I'll take up in the local inn or something. I don't know, but I honestly I'm doing great to not pass out here. This place fucking sucks, man. It is the Manual of City Building and the Order of Numbers. You can roll religion if you want, but he did say that those are the church's holy books. Yeah. So Abadar, this church is a church of Abadar. Abadar is the god of civilization. He's also the god of like banks, and he's from the human pantheon, but that doesn't make him exclusive to humans. But basically, most churches of Abadar also double as local banks. They also are very. The church is very pro like infrastructure. Like they'll do a lot of work. A lot of like church activities for this denomination are building stuff and putting up buildings and housing people and basically making a city work, or local civilization center work. Which the more you think about it, seems like it's directly opposed to Nemia's goals, which might sort of explain, why this church was a target. I mean, people have been leaving left and right. I heard the sheriff disappeared. What? Abadar. Or Abadar? Yeah, Abadar. Abadar. This church is properly called the Church of Gold and Laws, but most of the town people refer to as the Church of Gold, as Golden Laws or Golden Laws Church. Like he says, I haven't had a service in a while, and it's just not much more I can do here on my own. I was going to go back to the main church in Absalom and petition for a missionary stipend to try to get things built back up here, but I can't go back without my books. It would be a sign of great shame, and I would be ridiculed. If you find the books, I'll be in town for a little while longer yet. If you happen to find them, ask around. I'd make myself pretty obvious most of the time. I'll gladly offer a reward. You guys can ask him any questions or anything, but if you guys don't have anything else for him, he's going to finish packing and leave. What's that? Yes, they were in the storage room. Yeah. Oh, who I forgot. Holy Water. Finn said he would take one, and then there's two more who wants them. Okay. 1 second. Holy water. Take some holy water. And you take some holy water. Everyone get holy water. Okay. Think. All right. So it is now past dark. Anybody got any more questions for him? He'll gladly answer any questions. Like, you don't have to interrogate him. He makes himself very open to you if you want to ask him anything. My name is Nellen. I apologize. And your names? I wish to make sure to put you in my ledgers to make sure to note that I owe you. Finn. Is it offensive to call you a skeleton? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't have much experience with the reanimated. I apologize. I'm just trying to be inclusive. And Mazula? I'm sorry. Your name is Mazula. I've seen your posters. Yes. He scribbles. And the rest of you, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure to note your names so that I it's a part of the church. If someone does you a favor, you have to make sure to thank them both to their face and to the Holy Father. That's fine. Mysterious, sexy? Question mark. Fox lady? Question mark. Yes. I apologize. He scribbles it up. And then writes it twice. Once in the apologies column and once in the I owe them column. And you, Sir Elf? Mallisk, yes. And Sir Gnome. A man of the law. Interesting. Where did you study? Absalom. Oh, I studied there too. How I miss her vaulted towers and her turrets. What brings you out this way? Unfortunately, law is far in between here. Oh, I shall give her your regards. Yes, Nellendren. Be sure you can check the main cathedral there. I'm sure somebody will be able to point you in my direction. I'm going to attempt to make myself very loud to try to get some help out here. And with that, he sort of puts on a little cap, tips it, and heads out. Okay. So, what do you guys want to do? You guys are now alone in this empty church, and it seems eerily quiet. She hasn't given her name yet. Garb? 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 Yeah, so you guys get back. You guys see the bonfire burning well before you get there. There's a few people around the campfire, and the professor is there. He's having a small drink. It seems like he's having a nightcap. And he waves you over and says, "Oh, welcome back. Oh, gracious, we've been worried about you. We weren't expecting you guys to be gone all day." Fixing his belt. Well, yes, welcome. I see you have company. Are you people or fox right now? Camp. Yep. Gefn. Why is that? Why does it say camp? Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Did I not fix it? I thought I fixed it. Yeah, I might have just accidentally changed it for just that scene. Um. Well, he looks behind him at Myron's carriage. Speaking of Myron's effects, he reaches into his into his cloak and pulls out a small envelope sealed with a wax seal that you recognize, Wigglewort, because it is yours. We found this while we were taking inventory of his carriage today. I believe you recognize what this is, and Wigglewort, as he says that, you do. A few weeks ago, Myron came to you and asked you to officiate something for him. Basically, say he wouldn't show you what was in the envelope, but he basically was like, "This, this is a officiate that this came from him, and then that this is something that he made, and it's basically his last will and testament." So a few weeks ago, he came to you and said, "I need you to officiate my last will and testament." Basically, what you did is you wrote a small note saying that I, Wigglewort, Tickertock, attorney at law, would blah 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 officiate this to be the final will of Myron, being of sound mind and body, all that nonsense. And then you put your letter and his envelope into a second envelope and sealed that with your wax seal. So if you would like to do the honors, Mr. Wigglewort or Mr. Tickertock, verify that everything in there is as you left it, and the envelope within the envelope, you open that as well. This is the first time you're seeing what's inside of this envelope, but as you begin to read it off, and it says basically it's to the effect of now that we are on our way to our first major job. It is, my responsibility to make sure that should anything happen to me, that the people under my care and in my employ are well taken care of. And to that end, I have determined who should take my place if I were to pass in the unlikely event. It's sort of not a thing where he was expecting somebody. Not he doesn't sound like he was expecting somebody to come after him. It just feels like this was sort of covering his legal bases, and traveling in this world is fucking dangerous. So, yes, and he wanted to make sure. And I hereby leave the ownership and proprietorship of the Circus of Wayward Wonders to Mazula. um, um, she, or should she feel somebody else more appropriate to the task, basically. So he's giving you, either you can run it or you can choose who's going to run it. Basically, one of you needs to be it, and it felt like, given that with the backstory, Mazula has been in contact with him the longest, raised with the circus. Just because you're leader of the circus doesn't necessarily mean that you're party leader, or that everyone has to follow your orders. Just sort of narratively, if that's what you want to do, it's up to you to decide. It does state that there is like a decisionary period, like you do have to make the decision within a week, or the next request is that the circus be dissolved, all the assets sold off and split amongst everyone who works there, because he feels that if anybody's going to be able to do it, he puts a lot of faith into it. And that's sort of how Myron ran it anyways. Like he was sort of leader in name only and just sort of there to be the face, but like when it came down to major decisions, everything was always up to a vote. Yeah. Like he owner in name only, he basically was just there to sign the paperwork and be the presenter and whatnot. He says, the professor says, of course I expected this. He didn't come right out and tell me that this was going to happen, but I had a feeling it'd be you. He once asked me, if I would be able to do it, willing to do it, but I'm too old to be running a circus these days. The professor is much older than Myron was, of course, but I am, of course, happy to stay on as an advisor. A guest?
Technically, won't you be having this?
I need my lawyer presence for this. See you in the morning.
Yes. So, yeah. Anything else you guys want to do for you to turn in?
Start brewing some potions.
Okay.
Some alchemical things.
So you can either
healed up, or should
you can either do that or you can take a long rest. You can.
Would that heal him up if we took a long rest?
I will say just while you guys, yeah, it'll heal him up. You get your level plus your your Constitution modifier times your level.
Okay.
Well, I'm okay on like rest and health and stuff.
He has 0 Constitution.
Oh dear lord. Okay, come here, Mallisk.
I think he gets a minimum 1 per level, though, so.
I have potions, healing potions. If he needs them.
You want to offer him one of your potions?
Yeah.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll a d6. That little dice tray I showed you earlier, which should be one that has a
Sweet
d6.
little addition to our waywardness.
Oof.
I re-roll that.
Oof. So you drink the first one, and you get 1 HP back, Mallisk. Somebody could also roll medicine on him or something if they'd like.
Do I? I have not yet done that.
I have healing abilities. I have +8 medicine.
Ooh,
That's
she's
better.
got the medicine.
That's better than mine.
Heck yeah, girl.
Want me to roll that?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't know how. Yeah.
You have a healer's
Yay,
toolkit.
baby! Yay.
Ugh.
So yeah, that's a success. It's just barely a success, but it is a success. So
Ugh.
you're gonna go ahead and roll. Is it 2d6 or 2d8? Does anybody remember?
2D.
I was 8.
I want to say 8.
Let me double check.
Double check it.
Oh, apparently we went live again.
Did the stream cut out? It didn't cut out on my phone.
It does that sometimes. It'll.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know
You're
why.
still going.
Every once in a while, stream cord will just send out 2 or 3 extra ones.
Interesting.
What is first aid? No. 2d8. Roll 2d8. Click that little button twice, BB. The D8 one, and it'll put 2 on there, 2 on the tray, and then you can click roll.
Got it.
Okay, so that's a little better.
I'm trying.
Oh yeah.
He's also going to get back 3 to begin with. I think that puts him at pretty good, and his wound will be removed. So,
Oh yay.
just for resting. So, he's up to 31. Do you want to try to keep healing him? You want to do anything else to heal him, or
Does he need more?
he's got?
It's only 31 out of 36. I'll be all right.
Okay.
Okay,
We
so
He
good
hasn't
then.
slept yet.
you can't start crafting stuff yet if you want to get the benefits of a long rest, which I think you'll need in order to get your reagents back, anyways. So, but is there anything you guys want to do, like any light activities during your long rest, any conversations that you want to have, either with each other or any potential NPCs?
Mallisk will start meditating.
Okay.
What's your story, Gefn?
Oh, I was just born one day without any parents or anything to look after me. My first memory was just being in the wild and seeing a fox, and that's when I realized, I was a fox, but I was also something else. So I wandered the roads and wandered, the hills and the countryside, trying to figure out who I was, and, I've learned some magic on the way, explored different things. I've studied humans from afar, so I know how to speak, but I also know how to talk with the fairies as well. And yeah, I'm sort of on a mission to find out more and serve the old ways.
And I'll go ahead and jump in here and remind you that the reason you came to this particular area in particular was because something about the Starstone Isles that I was talking about earlier has been off for the last little bit.
Yes.
Various places around the Starstone Isles are having some issues with like nature decaying or not quite acting right. And so far, one of the worst ones you found was in this area, so you came to investigate and.
Yes.
You sort of follow the party's trail throughout the day. You found a dead boar. You found there was some kind of fight that happened at a bar, and then you eventually wound up at the church with them.
Yes, I sent my raven ahead of me to investigate, and the findings were interesting, so I went ahead and came here.
Hey,
That's it.
That is a very interesting story.
Yes, and I have no name except the one that the old gods gave me.
That was one of the most metal things anyone's ever said.
Yeah.
You know.
Excellent.
And
Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say, and I don't give it away freely unless it's to those who I trust. I don't want to be written down in any books or any pages. That is not the way I was raised.
So,
I like her.
so then your name probably you wouldn't want your name on like a poster or to like
Should we give her
performity.
a performer name, like a performance?
Are BB? Are you interested in being a part? Are you interested in your character becoming part of the performance? Is that something you would like to? I don't know if we talked about that.
In my fox form, but not in my human form.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't mind, being around humans I don't know in my animal form, but I only take my human form around those who I trust, or if I feel I'm in danger or I really need to.
Good defense.
Yeah, that's neat. Mallisk, I want to focus on you for a second. You said you were meditating. You've had a rough day.
Oh yeah.
You're no stranger to combat, but I feel like this is probably one of the few, recently is one of the few times you've been in fights for your life. Maybe. I mean, you probably beat up some dudes, but like, you came pretty close to death a few times today.
Yes.
And I imagine that's maybe caused a little bit of a stir with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It made him afraid a little bit.
Yeah. So you're taking a moment to sort of meditate and center yourself, and you think about the fight that you had with the worms today, and when they hit you with your magic, and that memory came back to you. You think that's
Oh
something
man.
that Mallisk would like to explore at this time? Maybe like probe that a little bit.
Try to figure it out. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, your mind kind of goes back to that night. How long ago do you think that night was?
What was that? 6 years?
6 years ago.
I can't remember.
And you're how old are you again?
22.
22. So extraordinarily young for an elf. You're in the eyes of most elves, you might still be seen as a child, or at the very least like a preteen at this point. But then especially, and go back, and of course that going back that far is going to bring up some memories of your parents. What were your parents like?
Oh
Can you,
man.
yeah, as you sort of picture them, what do you think? What do you think you picture?
So the mom was like a fast elf, which I learned a lot about, the rope and the aerialist axe. And then my father was the strength and basically a fighter, where I learned to train my strength and learn my moves as a monk fighter.
So I don't know if anyone's familiar with the backstory of the first Robin, but that's sort of seems familiar to me. Like they had a lot of aerialists, but there was also a little bit of combat martial arts to it. Maybe it was sort of maybe your dad had learned as a monk at some point, but then found he liked performing better. Do you think?
Oh, well, he was mostly not. He wasn't much of the performer as my mom was, but he followed her everywhere she went.
So a sultry elven performer pulls a holy man from his life of holiness to start a family. That's adorable. I love that.
That's
And then
sweet. I like
There
that.
you go.
one
Yeah.
night you come back. You maybe you can't even remember what you were doing that night. Maybe you can. That's up to you. I don't want to preface this too much, but as you come back to your small, modest church, maybe only a little bit bigger than the Church of Wayward Wonders is now, and as you're coming back to where it's stationed, you see a huge flickering red light on over the hill, and as you climb that hill, you find the tent on fire, and what's your reaction?
Oh, just in shock.
Oh my gosh.
It's like,
Oh.
no, my parents.
Oh.
Do you think you try to go in? What does he do?
Yeah. So he definitely tries to go in until all of a sudden he's just overwhelmed with the smoke.
Yeah, you
And
search, and that's sort of what you're smelling now as you sit by this fire, and the fire sort of brings those memories back. The bonfire, you take a deep inhale of the burning wood. It takes you further back to that night, and you were so out of it that you couldn't really process all the sensory information, the heat, the flames, the light, the smell. You swear you hear screaming at some point, but you can't quite remember exactly who was screaming. Was it you? Was it your mom? Was it your dad? Was it any of the other people at the church? Because you weren't the only family at the church. Maybe something like 20 people worked for this church, as best you can remember, and you can't find anybody, or at least you don't remember finding anybody. But as you're bringing it back up now, you see an image of a clown laughing, dancing on a ball, and juggling knives, bloody knives. His whole front is covered in blood and viscera as he just laughs and dances in the flame. And you you can't stay there. You have to leave. But some, again, there's so much sensory information that all gets jumbled. But as you're parsing through it now, you clearly see this clown, and it feels like someone you would later meet. But that's perhaps a memory that's not quite connected yet. Perhaps there's too much trauma to this. Maybe you'll have to come back to it later. But that's sort of a new thing that you remember about it now, that the magic's sort of awoken in you.
I'll fight him.
Speaking of clowns, Mazula,
Yes.
you are reading over the letter from Myron. What do you think?
Uh-huh.
What do you think about this? What do you think about being made the leader of this circus?
I was really shocked, but then again, my character has been like you said, totally with it since I was a little girl. As I was I was basically not that I was transported to here, but it's like I did it on my own without knowing about it because I was so young in my magic. So I just kind of stuck here, and the professor and everybody took me in, and it's a great honor, and I'm at this point, I'm really hoping I could just do it well and keep the circus afloat and make sure everybody's happy and keep my lawyer close at hand.
You also had an experience today. You had a similar experience to Mallisk. This worm creature hit you with some magic, bam, whammied you, and poked a hole in this wall that was in your mind. The thing about the shadow plane that you've learned in the years since is that it's a transitive plane, which means that it's a plane between here and all the outer planes, plane of fire, heavenly realms, infernal pits, all those things. You have to go through either the first world or the shadow plane to get there. Your people are the descendants of people who settled in that in-between place of the shadow realm. Mostly humans, so you look mostly human, but you have pale skin and unusual colored eyes. But you haven't been able to get back there. You know that there are ways back and forth to the shadow plane in Absalom. Maybe that's something you've heard, but maybe it's just something that you've never really considered going back to. Anytime you get close to there, there's some sort of something keeps you away from it.
Yeah, because I remember whenever I was leaving, I was very scared when I felt like I was being chased almost by something very ominous, and that's what caused me to, I guess, flicker as best way to put it.
This sort of primal fear that you feel whenever you get there. This mouse before the cat. This something great and hungry and ravenous and calling your name. You remember hearing it now this morning when you were fighting those worms. Mazula. Possessive. Ravenous. You are an object, whatever this is. You are something to be consumed. A delicacy, perhaps. It's edible. You remember running. You remember crying. You remember this hunger as you sort of flicker, like you state. You desperately seeking out for anything in this plane of constantly shifting back and forward, charcoal drawing landscapes. The shadow plane is a realm of thought. What people think of it will eventually become real. Most thoughts pass through here. Most dead pass through here on their way to the underlight, to the afterlife. You know, so it's very a psionic realm, and it is open to powerful thoughts and powerful emotions. And you scream at this hunger, this possessive force that wants to take you and consume you. And suddenly,
Oh shit.
no, we're back then. We're not now.
Okay.
As you're sitting here thinking about it, and you think about how long you've been in the church, and you think back to that day when you, not the church, the circus. You think back to that day when you saw real color for the first time.
It was almost too much.
The color you've seen colors in the eyes of your kinfolk maybe at that point, so you know that color was
maybe
a thing.
some hair color, not a lot.
Some hair
Very
color.
rare.
But what happens next is an explosion of color. Vibrant reds, purples, blues, and music. Music like you've never heard before. You had music before, this sort of somber, lamenting almost music of your people. This is nothing like that. It is upbeat. It pulses with something that is inside your chest as well. And you look up and you see this huge tent, red and white stripes. You're a small girl. How old do you think you are at this point?
I didn't think I was more than like 13 at that time. Like I was pretty, or no, I was younger. I was, because whenever, okay, yeah, I was like, I think I was, whenever I designed my character, I was 8 years old whenever I did my flash or my flicker.
Okay. And so how long ago do you think this was? How old are you now? I know I shouldn't ask, but
how dare you ask a lady her age?
But we're digging into it tonight. We're gonna
yeah,
if I can't beat you guys up, if you guys are just gonna subvert my combats, I'm gonna come at you from another angle. Okay?
I believe myself to be about 23.
So a little bit older than Mallisk.
Yes.
So and you were 8, so that would make this.
I've been there for a minute.
Yeah, you've been there for a minute.
I was 13. I think I might have been 13 when I flickered.
You might have been. That's fine.
Because that's when, because that's when I get my powers, or when we start to.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, you're 13. You know, and it's important. It's an important time in any living creature's life. This time, but you. This is your first time seeing all this color. What is your reaction? This 13-year-old, pale-faced, shining blue eyes, staring up at this light and color and sound for the first time, and joy for the first time. It's the first time you may feel joy, probably.
Probably. Usually, like you said, kind of like lament, scared, horrible normally, terrified. So like, yeah, definitely. It's like very overwhelming, almost like a blinding like a flash bomb went off in the room, but just like with color and sound and music. And to somebody that's not used to that, it was like very much like, it was very overstimulated. So like I ran into the tent. I don't know why I ran into the tent, but I ran into, because that was the closest thing I could see that was shelter.
You the first thing you see, you're still in panic mode too. Like you were actively running away from this hunger, whatever this is. You can't picture it. You feel like maybe you saw it, but it was not formed.
It was
It
terrifying
didn't have a
enough.
form.
I kept running.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just hunger. Like it didn't seem to have a form. Like anytime you try to think of it, the only thing you can think is hunger. So you run into this tent, past, and as you realize you're running past people, beings, laughing. Most of them don't even notice you. Those that do just sort of give a passing wave, but you don't. You have tunnel vision. You just need to get somewhere, hunker down, and take a moment to breathe and think. you find yourself inside of this big, large tent, and you find what appears to be some sort of bleachers, and sort of crawl under there, and you hear footsteps.
I'd
And-
cower and try to like close my eyes and like try to hide as much as I can in these bleachers.
And you hear this gentle but raspy voice. Little girl, hello. I know this is scary. Hello, are you there? I'm not going to hurt you, I promise. Are you okay? You need help?
I was
What's it-
being chased.
Do you mind if I come a little closer? I don't want to scare you. Or I can stay here.
Closer.
Okay, so you hear the voice coming closer. You were being chased. I'm sorry. What were you being chased by, my dear? I'm so sorry.
Sure, it just felt like evil hunger. Like it was huge. It just beyond. I couldn't tell.
And as you're explaining this, into your view walks an elderly man. His face is scarred. He's missing a small patch of hair on his head. Later one needs to be burned. He says, "You're safe now. You're at the Twilight Menagerie. My name, well, you can call me the Professor. I will make sure that nothing happens to you. Are you hungry?"
Yeah. I don't eat much.
That's fine. You eat as much or as little as you'd like. Come, let's get you out of those rags and into something warmer, shall we? And he holds his hand out.
She takes his hand very cautiously.
And that's that's your first day at Mistress Dusklight's Twilight Menagerie, the circus that you were raised at. This is one of your best days for a while, I think. I think we'll probably come back to this a little later. But this is a shining example. You're looking for something to grasp onto. That hunger is not there anymore. It's not. It can't hurt you. You're safe.
Right.
That's what you begin to feel.
Thanks to the circus.
Yes.
And the professor.
As long as you stay here.
As long as I'm with the circus, I'm safe.
What are you doing during all this, Lore? Finn, we've been going around, bopping around a little bit. What have you been doing? You see Mallisk. He's meditating. Mazula's over there looking over her new deed. Your new friend Gefn is probably off on her own, trying to take in the sights. Maybe she's out scanning. What are you doing?
I think Finn's just sitting there by the fire, just looking into the flames. And in his head, he picturing a woman, uh, mocha skinned, long, dark hair, blue eyes, a dancer like Mazula, but she dances with flames instead of shadow, and he can't remember her name.
Ooh.
How long? I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, I apologize for that. Well, then I'll just pick up the ball here. Then I apologize. How long ago did we just say that you were reanimated?
I don't think we ever did,
Okay.
but
So to put a benchmark, about I think it was about 8 months ago is when Myron broke off from the Twilight Menagerie and created the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Did we decide if it was before or after that?
oh, definitely way before when he was raised by the necromancer. Way before, like 300 years ago. Before.
How about has he been awakened that whole time, or is that a recent thing?
No, Awakened was more recent.
How long ago was he
I
awakened?
I said he's been with the circus for 4 months, so probably right about that time.
So
He
yeah,
just heard the music, saw the circus, and something just woke up in him. He remembered his old village, the village of artists, and just performers, artists, and he just he
we're
can't remember everything exactly, but
yeah, and one of the things we've established is that you woke up with this noggin full of demonic information. Like when you were awakened, you just happen to
right,
know a lot about demonic stuff. Like you know how to read and write and do all the basic stuff as well. But uh, outside of that, you don't know a lot about like what's going on in the world or history or anything like that. But you know a lot about demons. Like anytime somebody asks a question about demons, you feel like you can just reach out and pull that information, right?
right.
Um, but you're remembering this dancer with fire. Like, is it like fire batons or like a magic thing? Like,
It's batons. I don't
okay.
think she used magic flames, but I don't think she was necessarily magic herself. But
Okay, so she had like maybe magical batons that light up in flames or something like that. Maybe you think.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, I'm one way and I'm another way on you. Do you want to explore more current Finn or more previous to revival Finn?
Uh, I'm good either way.
Okay. So I want to go. We've been establishing connections with the circus, so I think we'll go ahead and roll with that theme. Um, you rolled up to about 4 months ago. You said so. This would have been in the infancy of the circus.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Maybe maybe a little after it had been established.
okay. So you what is
I just sent you a message.
yeah, I see that. I'm looking at it. How do you approach this circus at first? Do you think you stake it out a little bit? And by this time, do you think you've discovered the gun yet?
No, I don't think he has.
Okay.
Um, he. I'm assuming the guns are 300 years old.
No, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair. That's fair to assume.
yeah. So
Well,
he's
depends.
familiar with the crossbow.
Familiar with crossbow, so maybe you've just been sort of wandering this sort of nameless skeleton at this point, probably. You just
Right.
haven't really considered it. And then one day you just sort of do you think there's a catalyst, an incident that created it, or do you think you just woke up one day, or do you think
I
you
think
know?
it was the circus that was the catalyst. He heard the music, went to investigate, and he saw like you said, he heard the music, saw the big circus tent, and things started to wake up. Maybe he didn't remember exactly what it was, but
So
I
yeah, you
forgot.
what you walk up on is this scene of it's a maybe half a dozen people at this point. You see who you would later learn to be Myron, the professor. Wigglewort's also there at this point, I believe. Um, and they're sort of standing around this circle on the ground and sort of talking to each other, and there is music playing, and in the center of the circle is this woman dancing, and that's what wakes you up. I think you
Yeah.
see Mazula
Yeah.
dancing, and it reminds you of this other woman that you're now picturing. Maybe you didn't realize it at the time. Do you think, or do you think that this is a more recent realization? Is that this is why you woke up?
I think. Wait, what was the question again?
Did you realize that this is why you woke up? The connection. Is remembering this woman a more recent thing, or did you think you immediately remembered this woman and then woke, and that's why you woke up? The woman from your
I
past.
think it's Amazula. She did like some similar moves to the woman, and
Hmm.
it just immediately snapped, and he was awake.
And
So
she does like maybe a turn. And
right.
Mazula, I'm playing Calvin Ball here. Mazula, you do this turn and you see this skeleton standing there, and I don't even think he's clothed at this time. He's got maybe a
No, he wouldn't be.
old worn crossbow, sort of in his hand, and it's just staring at you. And at first, there's just dark sockets looking at you, but then after a second, they sort of light up a little bit, not like with any actual light, but something changes in them. What's your reaction to seeing this skeleton just standing there staring with a crossbow, sort of, for lack of a better term, slack-jawed?
Yeah, at first I was like, "Oh shit," like, very shocked and stunned. And then like you said, whenever you see the light come behind his eyes, it's almost like I feel like, oh, like I want to go up to him and be like, "Are you lost? Is there any way I can help you?" Kind of like the professor did to me.
What does he say?
What is who say?
Finn,
Oh, okay.
the other guy in this scene.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm playing director
Awesome.
right now. I'm fucking Steven Spielberg over here.
Lost. Yes, I think I'm lost. Where am I?
See, it's the Wayward Wonders at this point, right?
Yes, that's probably a recent name that he come up with, but at this point, you would definitely know that you guys haven't put on any actual shows yet. You're sort of putting your tendrils out, trying to figure out your whole feel before you go on to the big show. But yes, the circus is locked in stone at this point.
Well, this is a circus of wayward wonders. It's a great place for people who are lost. We tend to find ourselves when we're here. So come along with me, my friend. We'll find a place for you here.
And he would hesitantly reach out, take her hand.
And with the camera pans in on this pale skin meeting dingy bone at this point. Maybe you probably cleaned up since then.
Yeah.
And this
He's a little
meeting,
rough, but so was I.
and
Kindred spirits.
and then we pull back to present day as Finn's sort of staring at his gun, looks up at Mazula, and what do you think maybe let's think about what he's thinking about the future. What do you think your role is going to be coming up? You're facing all these threats, and you're starting to realize that it's not just as simple as traveling around. This is a dangerous world, right?
He needs to protect. That's what he did in the village. Not that he would necessarily remember that, but that's what he did in the village. Because he wasn't an artist himself. He was the defender of the village.
Those
He needs to protect these people.
Yeah, those moments when you're fighting to protect someone, when the gunshot, the gunpowder, and the explosion coming from your hand, the force of justice and protection that you can almost feel your chest reverberating in the way it might if it had a heartbeat still. It makes you, for lack of a better term, feel alive, probably, right?
In a sense, yes.
Yeah, like that's your drive. Like, you, as a skeleton, you were a single purpose, just guard this area. And then maybe that carries on a little bit. Maybe you're not entirely sure if that comes from before or from whatever your nascent thing as just a general skeleton guard was. But now you know that you're here. You're going to protect this place and the people in it.
Yes.
We know who head security is now.
And Wigglewort. Where do we find Wigglewort?
Probably shortly after Finn joins, when they were just getting started. I would probably be the one that helped them facilitate, getting permits and finding a place to perform.
I think he's talking about what would you do?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I want to know what you're doing right now in this moment, tonight. What are you sort of doing as
we're
you
all
wind
sitting by
down
the
for the night?
campfire.
Oh,
Sorry, don't mean to derail you, but I'm trying to narrative here.
no biggie. I'm probably just sitting there, probably plotting our next move.
Yeah, you're the I mean, for lack of a better term, you're the brains of the operation, right? You got to figure this
Correct.
out. You've always enjoyed a puzzle, probably, right? Do you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
And that's all this is, just one big puzzle. So let's think about what's happened. Let's go over that. You wanna?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A few days ago, you guys put on a show. Your leader died, was murdered. You found out it to be a snake bite. Investigating your grounds, you uncovered a druid had been basically terrorizing, placing traps, setting up all kinds of mischief. You fought her, killed her. Finn put a bullet in her head. You saw the hole in her head, and her scalp was gone. You didn't even think anything about it. She got up and walked away while nobody was looking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That definitely points to some of the darker powers at play.
Yeah. All right. I know I haven't made anybody else roll, but this is what you're good at. So why don't you give me an Arcana check real quick while you're sort of going over all this. 22. So yeah, definitely whatever's going on with her, and not only that, but you also start thinking about what she's done, and with your knowledge of Arcana, she seems really small time, really. Like, you start thinking about everything that's gone wrong in this area. Crops are dying, animals are dying, people are depressed. It hasn't rained in forever. Winds will regularly come and rip up what does manage to grow. Animals have been going crazy all over the place, and from what you've heard, this has been happening for a while, right? You haven't been able to get an exact estimate, but people have been, saying that for the last little, maybe year or so, that things are going downhill. People have been leaving, crops have been going, blah 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 blah. And you're like, this Nemia, while a genuine threat at the time, seems pretty small time. All the stuff she did directly to you, not a big deal. Like, if she was as powerful enough to make all that happen, she could have wiped the Circus of Wayward Wonders off the face of the map without much effort.
Yeah, we wouldn't have made it as far as we did in our little investigation.
Yeah, I mean, if she was responsible for all that, however,
recent information proves that she is working with someone who is a much bigger threat.
Yeah. This Kavnikosh.
Yeah, and we've learned that they were trying to deconsecrate the church,
which was a church of law and order and civilization,
which could possibly have influenced all these negative things going wrong in the area. Like, I don't think that they were all like individually intentionally caused. They're more like a byproduct of something else.
Give me a history check.
Ew. History. Where's that?
Is there history? Oh no. Is my 5e brain again?
Yep.
Womp womp. We'll fix it in post.
Recall knowledge.
Society?
Maybe
No.
either society or religion.
Taco Society.
Definitely. Okay.
Nice.
What you know about the Starstone Island? Right. I've called it a chain, but it's really just two islands, one big island and one small island. You guys are currently on the Isle of Arran, in the north. Actually, I think I'm gonna have a picture. Hold on. Let's do a slideshow. Slideshow.
Yeah. Slideshows. Yes, pictures.
Okay. So all right, you guys see that?
Wow.
Yes.
That is Galarian. This is the planet. It's the planet of Galarian. You can see it kind of bears some resemblance, maybe if you squint at it hard, to ours, but it is basically about the same. You guys are. You guys are. This takes place in the inner sea region. Most of the adventure paths for Pathfinder take place in the inner sea region. And then more specifically, the Starstone Isles. Hello. So you can see here that like we've talked about the city of Absalom. These islands were created by this entire island chain of islands was raised by the god Eredin. It was people are unsure if he raised it when he became a god, or he became a god and then he raised it, or he raised it and that's what made him become a god. But before that, he was known as the Last Aslanti, basically a refugee from a long dead civilization that had somehow become immortal and a very powerful wizard, and then eventually became a god, the god of humanity, and raised Absalom to protect what's called the Starstone, which was a device that can make people gods, essentially. You're not quite sure how he raised it, but you know that he died over 100 years ago. Nobody knows how it happened. His clerics just lost power one day, and it was on the day when he was prophesized to basically come back and lead humanity and civilization into a glorious golden age. But the day that was supposed to prophesy to happen, he died, and all of his clerics lost power. Eventually, a new god was raised up to take on his mantles, his portfolios. But it was a big source of chaos. And you're thinking about this society and how this is sort of an artificial island. You know, it was populated by him, but he's been dead for 100 years. So, is there some connection there? You know? You're not sure. There's something you don't have enough information on that yet. You know, that might feel like a bit of a jump, but something's definitely going on, and it's bigger than Nemia, and it may even be bigger than this Kavnikosh. What's your nature score?
Oh dear, nature. 6.
Okay. You never mind. But you're thinking about this, and what do you think? What do you think your next move should be? You checked out the orchard. You checked out the bar. You cleared the church. There was the mill. I think that's the only thing really left that you guys lead that you had. You could also go back and talk to the mayor. What do you think you should advise to be the next course of action in the meeting?
Well, like you said, we still haven't checked out the mill yet, and we have that lead still left to chase down.
Mm-hmm.
After we chase that down, we should probably talk to the mayor.
Still haven't found out about the sheriff yet.
Still haven't found out about the sheriff yet. That's true. You've heard that she apparently disappeared. She was going to check on the church. You didn't find any sign of her at the church. So yeah, you guys did pretty well in your perception checks there. You didn't uncover anything. So you're looking over this. Do you have is this like a mind palace type situation? Do you think? I like my investigators to have a mind palace. Do you have one of those?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, what is it? Tell me about your mind palace.
Oh, it's probably my study back in my dorm room.
Yeah.
A place where I can sit and think and pace.
Do you
And,
you have
and
like
work.
maybe a cork board where you're putting up imaginary notes and stuff?
Yeah.
You're looking it over and you're connecting all these dots, and you have Aridin, dead god, circled, strange goings on with nature, circled, um, evil druid, good druid? Question mark. You met one druid, she was a bitch. And then another druid, she's pretty cool.
Cool.
Maybe she might know more.
Ooh.
Ah, yes. Question the druid.
Do the BB.
Where does Wigglewort find BB or find Gefn? Sorry.
I sent Cormped out to kind of do a perimeter check, and I'm watching him fly over to make sure he's okay after all the chaos.
Yeah.
I'm on the edge of the water and pacing.
So yeah, you and are you? You said you're in people form or fox form?
I'm at a person form still.
Person form. Okay.
Yep.
So you sent your familiar out, and you can kind of communicate as long as it's within a mile of you. You can communicate with it sort of on an emotional level. You can get sort of a sense of its emotion. You can't really talk or exchange really any information, but as of right now, everything seems clear. I'll do some perception checks with it in a little bit, and I'll tell you if it's anything. But for now, Wigglewort walks up to you as you're pacing. Who do you think speaks first?
Wigglewort, because I'm bad with human interaction, so it's him.
Okay.
Excuse me. I was
Yes?
wondering if I might bend your ear for a while.
I'll allow it.
Excellent. So, how long have you been around these parts?
I've just recently arrived in this area, so no more than a couple days.
I take it you're a druid, yes?
If you want to call it that.
Did you sense anything odd in the environment on your way in?
Give me a nature check, Stephanie.
Okay.
Watch that 20 fly.
Oh my
Nice.
fucking god!
Legendary.
That's it.
Legendary. She's
Packing
epic.
it up. I'm done. I'm going home. Bye. Okay. So yeah, basically, something's like poisonous is about the best you can imagine. You liken it to when a tree gets a rot or something on it. It's not super dangerous yet. Like it's not like all of nature is going to collapse any day now, but it's definitely getting there. This area is worse than most of the other ones you've seen, but around the Starstone Isles, I feel like you probably at least heard or investigated a little bit. If nothing super thorough. This is sort of the first place you stop to really dig into an investigation. But yeah, definitely something is wrong with nature in this area, and you're not quite sure. But you know that something is definitely wrong with it, and it feels like the magic in the area is also sort of thicker,
Right.
like sludgy.
So, when I was younger, can I go for a little bit?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. When I was younger and before I interacted with civilization, things were fine and I lived off the land. And when I became older, I was more curious and I ventured towards humans and what they were like. And um, I was curious about this town, and I wandered in, and I started to form some relationships. And there was one relationship in particular, and it was romantic, but I had been spurned and I had been abused, and so I switched back to my feral self and became a fox again, and I lived that way for a very long time. And
yes.
so I've been that way for most of my life, my adult life, until recently when the things that I normally rely upon, the land and wild game and the trees and my dreams, started to shudder with something wrong that was with the world, and I had to start figuring out what was happening. And so I started to wander again, and I wandered upon the fringes of society, spying on humans. And while I could sense something was wrong, I still had questions, and I reluctantly came here where it was somewhere where I knew that I could manage to escape if I had to. But I found you guys, and you guys were fighting some of the darkness, so I thought I would join your party. Okay.
Okay.
uh, so yeah, this something's wrong. This now you're sitting here sort of explaining it and talking it out loud. It almost feels like something's eating away at the magic around you, a hunger of some sort.
Yes.
And you
Oh God.
explain all this to Wigglewort. um, so this is sort of like, I feel like this is probably well out of Wigglewort's sort of area of expertise. He's probably like a city boy, right? Like he was born and raised in the
Yes.
city.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he's talking to this like I can't imagine, like, you probably can't imagine like living out in the rough. This already, you're well past slumming it in your opinion. I feel, aren't you? Currently.
Yeah, absolutely. While I am content, as I am content solely because I have so many things to focus my mind on. The living conditions are absolutely abhorrent.
Yes, you're used to a certain level of aristocracy.
Really nice to
Maybe
me. I mean,
does law run in the family, or did you go to law school because it's like a family thing, or is this just something you wanted to do?
I am a third generation lawyer on my father's side.
Mhm.
My mother was a tinkerer
Mhm.
of things. Um, my interest in alchemy spurred from a random book of hers I found laying around of one of her many musings.
Do you
Um,
feel like your dad in was okay with you being more into that? Like, obviously you went to law school and went through that whole 9-month process you said, but it was really slow for you. He did it. Like, your older brother did it in full.
I had a lot of my mind is being pulled in a lot of different directions.
Do you think that was something that he would have been upset about, or that you were like,
Uh, yeah, I was always disappointment's kind of a strong word, but I was always not quite living up to their expectations. I was always getting there, just not the way they wanted.
so yeah, you were you were trying to find your own path, maybe,
Yeah.
like, and maybe in your mind that's, this is what you're supposed to do as a gnome. You're supposed to seek out your interests and find gnomes, in my opinion, in this setting are very much ADHD the race. They
Pretty accurate.
they'll pick something up and they'll be like, oh, this is really cool, and be fucking master it, but then they'll get bored of it and move on to something else after a while. So that's why so many gnomes, especially when they're younger, are more adventurous. I feel like how long has it been since you left Absalom?
Um, how long has it been since the circus got started?
Oh yeah, about what did I say? About 9 months,
8 months.
8 months. Yeah, about eight
Yeah.
months.
go lay down.
So I was probably on a business trip.
Probably somewhere up
To
north. In
yeah, and I got word of the Twilight Menagerie, and I came to see one of their shows, and I just kind of by happenstance stumbled into these fine folk while they were splitting off and looking for work. So it piqued my interest to help them get some traction.
and how long have you been practicing law at that point?
Probably a few years. I'm probably not gonna say a famous lawyer in Absalom, but my name is known in some mediocre circles simply because I'm third generation
Yeah.
law.
The Tickertocks. Everyone knows. If you have a problem with law, if you need law on your side, call the Tickertocks. There's probably one near you.
Gnomes and
so
Suits and Legal Pursuits is brand name. It's not mine.
yeah, you're one of many. I feel like you probably have a lot of cousins and brothers and sisters that also practice law. Gnomes spread out, they get funky. And well, your dad, well, well, I know I sound racist, but like that's about how they're written. They're not in like so much a promiscuous way, but they like to do new things and people. But your dad, I feel like around the time that you graduated, your dad was already starting to what's the phrase? Bleach?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
All right, I have to look
Yeah,
at
Something
yeah,
like
bleaching.
that. Bleaching, where
It's
if a gnome doesn't go out and experience these new things and adventures, they start to turn pale and sallow and become real, maybe just a
Angry.
little bit less
cranky.
cranky. Not necessarily evil, but just sort of more stern.
If you find a
What?
really grumpy gnome, he's probably about to die.
I'm wondering why I'm still spending my money on you, Wigglewort. Your father standing
Because
in your dormitory. It's probably month 4 of your study.
have I failed any classes? Am I missing any assignments?
No, but you're only taking a few at a time. You could have been done by now. Your brother was.
I like to spend the time that I'm here to pursue other interests and to delve deeper into the subject that they simply don't teach, that's outside the core curriculum.
You have plenty of time for that. Focus on your studies. Get that taken care of. Then you can do whatever you like. You graduate. I'll pay for an away year.
And why would I need that?
Listen, I know I was once a young gnome myself. I know every gnome wants to go out and sow their oats, but I need to make sure that you are prepared for the world. I need to make sure you know your ins and outs of society before I just let you out in the world with my name on your chest. Finish your studies, buckle down, finish your studies, get out of I'll pay you I'll give you a year's stipend. You go do whatever you'd like. Come back here, I'll set you up a job. You can do defense, you can do real estate, whatever you want. But now I just need you to focus on this for me.
If you really insist, Father.
Like I said, this is 4 months into it, and you spent another 5 months, right?
Yeah.
Because you said it took 9 months for you to graduate.
So you're telling him, yeah, but you're still gonna do it.
But true to his word, and it's not like he's not forcing you out, but he says you graduated, and he's basically the next day he doesn't show up to your graduation. First of all, but you do find when you get back to your dorm room, you find an envelope with basically a bank account number with plenty of money to get around. Do you immediately cut and run?
No, like I said, I stay around there. I practice law for a while.
Dip your toes. Yeah, but all that time, you had this, backup plan. So you think maybe that made it a little easier for you, knowing that you had an out if you needed it.
Oh, absolutely. Like first real business trip I took, like I dipped out. I'm still practicing law, but I'm doing it my own way.
What kind of law did you practice in the city?
Um, Probably criminal defense. Like I was probably a defense lawyer. That's why I'm so good at like intimidation and deception and finding loopholes.
So let's talk about the case that broke you.
Ah,
What there had like you were doing fine. It was easy, but it was also fun. These guys, they're not all great people. You probably defended some people who weren't innocent, right?
absolutely.
Yeah. What did this person do that made you take a step back and not stop taking steps back?
It was probably
And if you can, if you're not comfortable with it, well, please, of course you do.
I'm not sure. Picture something probably heinous, and they
And
just I helped them get away scot free because of a small technicality that I found and was able to exploit.
and you were so excited that you found this little loophole, and you didn't even think about it. You immediately went to the magister and showed them this, and the case was thrown out the next day.
Yep. And then literally like a day after that, the same thing happened.
This
Like
we'll
yeah.
we'll leave him nebulous for now. This person did something horrible, and not it wasn't even the fact that they'd done something horrible. You dealt with people who've done something horrible. They didn't care at all. It did not affect them. Like when you read their docket, even you were a little like, whoa. But when you talked to them about it, it was just matter of fact. But yeah, I did that.
Yeah, they seemed almost gleeful as they were describing what they had done.
Mm-hmm. And at the time, you were just like, yeah, okay, whatever. You were just focusing on the details of the case, trying not to get too involved, because this was the puzzle. It's not people; it's a puzzle. And you're looking it over, and you find this loophole. You show it to the judge. The magister goes out and does it again. And
I imagine the person that the deed happened to the next time was probably somebody I knew, and they probably left like a message,
ooh,
like a message for me, like thank you so much, or something
Stormy,
like that.
I want to kiss you right now.
Oh,
Yes. And when you heard about that, it was like maybe you don't, maybe you just sort of blank out the rest of the day. But by the time you next think of what you're doing, you've cashed in that bank certificate and you are on a carriage out of town. Travel up north for a ways. You meet Circus, the Mistress Dustlight's celestial menagerie. And you're like, oh, check this out. And you've done a few cases here or there, mediations mostly, a few authentications of documents and certificates and whatnot, just to sort of make
But
your way across to try to
I
stretch Dad's money out a little bit.
yeah, but I don't go anywhere near trials.
But by this time, you are running low on Dad's money, I feel.
Oh yeah, dad's money is already spent and gone. Like I'm dipping into personal, personally earned profits to just pay for filing fees and things of that nature. Little piddly shit.
We're working on getting some money in here.
And the man that you would later know as Myron, you are you casually mention at some point while you're at the circus to somebody that you were a lawyer, and this man Myron overhears and says, "Excuse me, did you say you were a lawman, sir, a man of laws?"
Why, yes, I did.
I happen to find myself in great need of a man of laws whose base of operations is nebulous.
Ah, well, you have come to the right place. I find myself seeking gainful employment in new premises.
And he says, "My name is Myron, and I'm going to be starting a business in Lore." He holds his hand out.
Wigglewort Tickertock. I'm your man.
Tickertock.
I'm your gnome, I should say.
That's a familiar name. Do I know that name?
Possibly if you've ever been to Absalom. But like I said, I don't practice there anymore.
Yes. I think I've heard of the gnomes in suits and
No, legal pursuits.
Yes, that's what it was. Excellent. Well, I'm sure we'll be in great. I'm starting my own business. He gestures over to a small crowd of people, including you would later learn to be Mazula and Mallisk and all the rest of the Circus of the Woodwonders. He says, "Would you like to come along with us? And draw up some papers. I'm looking to get a business certificate."
Absolutely. Let me grab my briefcase and we'll be on our way.
And thus begins Wigglewort's adventures with the Circus of the Woodwonders. And then we pull back and we do maybe a quick pan across the fire. Our heroes, Wigglewort, Mallisk, Finn, Mazula, and the new person, Gefn. And I think we'll close out on that, and that's when the credits will start to roll for tonight.
Great session.
Yay!
Woo!
Great session.
That was fun.
BB with that 20 again.
Jesus. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Again, I have the amazing Bluesglitchy, BBandPhil, LoreDad, DarkCoder, Stormy Dumpling, all great people. If you're not following, give them a follow. Yes, shout out you yourself and Blue. Do all that stuff. I'm going to see if we can find somebody to rate. Give me just a moment.
What was? Oh no, I forgot.